Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Moves done. Fuck with De Niro, I got a Snyder extended clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy, I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry stars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car. This is for the win. Let's go.
Three-run home run for Bryson Stott.
Fields, give him time. End zone, touchdown. Let me talk.
That is right, folks, and welcome to the Debate Center. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Saturday. Welcome, everyone. And, of course, the host, I've received with my other two hosts right here. Mi familia, my sangre mayor. That's right, because we do have, he was busy all day today from 8 in the morning till 8 o'clock this evening because he was $3.99. That's what he was, folks. He was $3.99 because this man brings the Mussolini. And Kennedy.
What?
He's a motherfucking
Pepsi. Y'all.
For $3.99 with OnlyFans. He's a motherfucking Pepsi. That's right. You deserve it. All right.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies.
We may have to switch that up for our boy Rick Rude's. We had to go to Rick Rude on that one because I was watching a lot of Rick Rude matches while I was at work today.
Okay.
So
you're the ravishing one right here, pretty much.
I'm good with the ravishing one. I'm good with it.
I love it.
Well, I was in the old school booth. I happened to run past old Rick Rude at Mr. Perfect Match, and I was like, "Fuck, man! I forgot how good they were together." Even though it was a short-lived tag team.
Love it. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, our other host, he is the Redeemer, folks.
Because I'm not just the coolest, and I'm not just the best.
The Redeemer is back.
He's the Redeemer, baby.
Redeemer is here, and it's game over.
That's right. Love it. Yeah. What is going on, brother Justin? What's going on, man? Happy Saturday,
What is
brother.
going on, fam?
Oh, we're back to back here, folks. And you already saw earlier the wrestling Delorean, Mr. De Niro himself going live. And now we're next here to close it out for this evening, for Saturday for all of you guys. But before we even begin our topics for this evening, folks, do not forget, if you're watching this or if you're listening, just make sure you are subscribed to our channel here. Click the link right below. Also, do not forget as well, listen to the audio platforms all over around the world, from the Spotify, from Apple Podcasts to iHeartRadio to Amazon Music to anywhere, any audio platforms, we're there for you all. So if you haven't, check it out. Follow us there as well on the audio platforms. But man, it is time to get into the topics for this evening, folks. And man, it's about to go down. I tell you that. It's about to go down. That's what's about to go down. That's right. That's right. So, the first topic of the day, folks, that we're going to bring up is on. Yes.
Ooh.
The Undertaker. Oh, that's right. It's a
Look at
first
them
topic.
designs.
Oh man, look at these two incredible designs, and shout out to whoever created them. But I found them like, okay, I gotta post these two. So, as 6 Feet Under podcast was mentioned by Mark Calloway, he mentioned of him in regards of women's having a mid-card title. As we already know that NXT will be having the Women's North American Championship. However, not the main roster, which is the biggest question here that we are going to go ahead and discuss and maybe debate, who knows. But the biggest question here, gentlemen, is should WWE have Papa H create a mid-card title, a United and an Intercontinental Women's Championship for both brands from Raw and SmackDown, since we're in this draft weekend. So should he introduce these titles? And the biggest question out of that is who should be having those titles? That is the biggest question. So the Redeemer, I'll start with you. Break it down, brother. Give us your take.
I mean, I'm gonna start off by first saying that I think WWE's proven right now that having a mid-card title, a singles mid-card title, would be a hell of a lot more beneficial for them than having the tag team titles right now. Like, they still, even when they try to put some investment in tag team titles, they just always seem to back out. It's like we're going somewhere with it. Seems like we're going to start getting a revitalized division. Nope, we're just going to stop and just start letting it die again. It's just, it feels like it's going to work. It would work more with singles titles because, again, that would be your building block for any woman right there to elevate themselves to get ready to challenge for the women's title right here. Like, it would do so much more, like a lot of wonders for a lot of women on here. Like, you got so many women that just don't get TV time. Yep. And we've always said, they don't feel like they're ever going to be ready for a women's championship. Well, guess what? You give them a mid-card title and they start showing out on TV. Mm-hmm. By the time they do, if they have a really solid or like great run with that right there, imagine what happens when they win the women's title, the big one right there. Like, it's the idea of having a women's title, again, it's always the mid-card title right underneath it. The women don't have that, and like people say, I've heard someone say like the tag team titles is their mid-card title, but the tag team titles hasn't done anything for them really. It just seems like, again, an idea that they were like completely convinced about and then backed out numerous times continuously. I would absolutely be all for them introducing these titles. If you're going for it, you do it here. Like, you get a chance to build some women up and not just keep that same pool of the same women challenging for the big title all the time. You get these women to start getting themselves built up, holding the mid-card title for a little bit. And then by the time they go for the women's title, everyone's like, yeah, now I can believe that. Look at the reign they had with like the United States title, the women's United States title, or the women's Intercontinental title, or you want to call it the women's television championship, something like that. Right. Like, you got a chance to finally, develop the division more, make it like mean more. It's just, I think they should absolutely do it. Like, I don't get why we're still stuck going with these tag titles. I say, again, I think AEW's also proven that a mid-card title for the women, a singles one at that, works way better than having tag team titles. So I hope that Triple H eventually is going to sit down and just go, listen, tag team titles, we gave it a shot. We did what we could, but we're just not working. We need to do something else here. We need to get more women going here. Instead of just, because even fans are starting to notice that we're using the same women over and over and over again. And that's what's going to be really, really a glaring issue. Like, now that we're splitting the rosters up, right? You're definitely going to want to start building up more women, and singles titles absolutely will do it right there for the mid card for them. So I say do it.
All right. Shout out to Tempo, of course. Yeah, of course. He's more of the world's largest machine. He's more of a world's largest machine than anything.
First of all, First of all, don't put that on me. I ain't trying to have Mark Henry come after me for infringement.
Oh, that's Big Vis, man. Rest in peace, Big Viscera.
Big Fist. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
He is the world's.
I thought during his Moolah years he was the world's biggest love machine.
No, that was sexual chocolate.
Ah.
Shout out to Jesus. What's going on? Appreciate you.
Hey,
Yes, you were what?
Sir, brother.
Appreciate you very much. And Temple saying we don't need to introduce a women's U.S. or Intercontinental Championship. They already have one in NXT, North American Women's Championship. Use that across all three brands. Debate over. I don't know. I don't think so, Temple, but I want to hear Pepsi Phil, but he got to break it down. Break it down, my brother.
So here's the thing. I actually think there should be, if NXT is not a real roster in a sense of it's a developmental, having the North American title go across three brands doesn't really make sense. That's honestly the equivalent of having like an OVW Intercontinental Championship, and then going OVW can visit the SmackDown and Raw whenever he wants to. What I do and what I would recommend is I wouldn't go for one title per brand. I would go for one women's IC title and one women's US title that bounces between both, because truth be told, the point of a mid-card belt is to build up your talent and build a depth chart for you. Biggest problem women have had, because remember, there was a period where like everyone was pissed because they kept giving it to Charlotte Flair over. But the problem was there was no one other than Charlotte who had pretty much, quote unquote, been prepared for that title. I mean, Alexa Bliss came along shortly thereafter. Then came Sasha, then came Becky, and then after that, it fell off. There was no one else. Like when Naomi would win the belt, we would be shocked. So, and Bayley finally came up, but for truth be told, they still have the same problem. They have their top level guys, and you got Jade Cargill, which jumped to that level already, which pushes some people down. And considering the fact and I feel like they might be going that route anyway with this new draft, thankfully they have enough women to support at least one women's IC title and one women's North American title. So at the very least, if it goes across both brands, that solves a little bit of the problem. And if it gets to a point where there's so many women in there, then you can split them up into each brand gets their own title, kind of the way we did the very first time. You can do and honestly, the idea of having a North American title run through the brands is not a bad idea. Remember, Solo did it for the first few months, but when he joined the Bloodline.
That's very true.
He would go back and forth. And what was that? I think Adam Cole had the belt when he went into one of the Rumbles, maybe.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, you can pull that off up to a point, but the problem is that NXT, as great as it is still considered a developmental title, and it will not have the same level of respect that a true main brand IC and a main brand US title would have. And that's not a disrespect to North America. It's just the way it's branded, it's meant to be a developmental championship. So, but I think this is a really good way to start building depth in your women's division. And Justin, you're right. The tags belt have been floating around, and don't get me wrong, we were excited when it showed up. And shout out to the greatest women's tag team in the world, the Iconics. Rest in peace.
Iconics.
So, but truth be told, that's been floundering because unfortunately it was a good idea, but they hadn't built a depth chart of women who could do it. Now, if you have, say, a tournament for the US title and the IC title, you have a bunch more people in your women's run who, even if they don't win those titles, you can have like, ooh, let's make them a tag team. Let's make these guys a tag team. And let's face it, at this point in time, I believe in the draft, they at least have, I think, one women's tag team has already been drafted. And maybe two actually. And so it's not impossible, but like I said, it's one of those things where unfortunately they're behind the eight ball because they have to build up these guys. A mid-card title, these two mid-card titles could do it. And that's the point. Like, truth be told, here's the thing. if you want to, like, for example, and I'm going to jump to the next question you asked, about who should get it. If it's me, Jade gets to be the first inaugural IC championship.
Oh, I knew it. Well, why the fuck
Oh boy.
Because here's the thing. I love Jade, but right now, for the WWE crowd, she still has a lot of work. But here's the thing: she needs a title. Like because of her hype, she needs an immediate title. However, giving her a world championship just feels disingenuous and only doing it because of her name. But if you give her, say, the IC or even a North American title for her, that's at least going, okay, she has a title, then she gets to build it up. Like she gets to build up the championship and build up her resume that way. So she gets to be like, Jade showed up, got the IC title, and then built your story is then she went for the main championship. Like, who should get the US title? I ain't gonna lie. As much as she annoys me, she is way too good not to be the first inaugural US title, Tiffany Stratton. Like
Tippy time.
It's Tippy time.
Honestly, there is something about her and her annoyingness that makes her a great heel, and somehow putting her a US strap on her would be great for me. I mean, truth be told, I'd like her to lose to Naomi right after that, but that's just my terrible booking. Because I'm picking Naomi just because I have always loved Naomi over everybody. So, and then because then if you think about it, then you have like Tiffany Stratton, Jade, and then you have Bianca Belair, who will eventually become champion at some point, especially if Rhea can't come back in time. And then you have Becky up there, and you got 4 people where you got like your mid-card belts have like the up-and-comers, and then you got your world champions who are just established, who, for lack of, and forgive me the term, are your Roman Reigns of the women's division.
Okay.
So, but yeah, but here's the thing though. It's not even a question if there should be. There definitely has to be, especially if you want to build up your depth chart at this point. And from a company standpoint, they're going to NXT, they're going to Netflix next year. You cannot use the same formula you did on USA for your booking, and I don't mean booking in the sense of how you handle stories, but in who you highlight in that one. Because if it's just y'all used to hearing it, if it's just a sausage fest of champions with the occasional women's match and a few storylines with them, it's going to get boring real fast, especially considering the fact that Netflix is a global market.
Yes, it is.
And on a global scale, outside of the US, there are countries around the world used to seeing major women wrestlers. Like they're like not just Japan and Mexico, but like in the UK especially. So I'm like I said, if they can do it, this would be a great I would say hell, I would introduce it during the Netflix era because it's going to take them that long anyway to build it. I mean, you could do it now.
Yep.
But truth be, and have the finals on the debut of Netflix time. But truth be told, it needs to be in place by the time they jump to Netflix, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Temple. I mean, fuse within the divisions when they go on with the title, it means something. Not just that's just for me. I get you, Temple. I get what you're saying that, and I'm hearing you out. You know, I'm old school. You know, way too many titles. WWE, AEW, just have one world, one US, one IC, one tag, women's. That's all you need. Okay. Let's see. If they do bring one of these, why don't they just name the WWE North American Women's Championship then? If you're going to include the one they have down in NXT. I mean, it's tough on this one. I get Temple's debate on that, but but both of you guys have valid points. It's just that it's tough. The fact because why you want to make the NXT North American to go around on the brands? Yes, you mentioned Solo. Also, you forget Adam Cole. You mentioned Adam Cole. Don't forget Dominic Mysterio when he won the North American.
Yes, thank you.
He was up there too. So but for me, I think that NXT North American women should stay in NXT That should go
Mhm.
on both in NXT and Level Up. Go there, defend it. Fucking use there right there where you give that women's time. Might as well fucking take advantage of that if you have on NXT and Level Up. Let that stay by itself, Temple. That's what I would keep it that way. Here in this one, it's difficult because I mean, but then again, it's not because why not? The women's do need a mid card title. The women's roster for WWE is stacked, and they have not been given the fucking TV time they have. They had not been given. Like, come on, when have we seen as much as Shotzi before she got injured, or let's say Mia Yim, or let's say who else could? There's a lot of women there that don't really get the time, and it sucks because I wish they could get that time to something to fight for. And I'm a big fan of Mia Yim, and I followed her career. She's very incredible. I think that's another one that should get a shot at this title. Now with Kiana James involved in the main roster, why not? Like these women, I think they're ready to be in a spotlight to hold the title. But besides the women's one, the main titles.
Here's the thing that Justin mentioned that we have to remember.
Mm-hmm.
You can have all the titles in the world for women. If they don't invest in it, like they did not do with the women's tag titles,
right,
it won't mean shit.
That's the biggest concern.
That's the biggest thing. You can build all of them. You can, like I said, you can build all those mid-card titles all you want, but at a certain point, I mean, I still, like I said, I remember I was thinking about, I'll mention the Divas Championship. Yeah, as nice as it was, at a certain point, it was like there was no real investment in that championship. I mean, honestly, it looked like a Sailor Moon flare, and honestly, it was passed around to pretty much whoever was the hottest commodity in the business. So there wasn't any real rivalries for it. I mean, AJ Lee put a name on it, but for the most part, can you name a significant rival of AJ Lee? I mean, sure, you had the Bellas, but after that, who else did you have?
Well, besides Paige, that's it. But
yeah. I mean, but that's when she came in and took the belt from her, though. So, but I mean, like I said, unless they can invest the time into these belts, and to these wrestlers, to give them one. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I know I said Jade, but if you wanted to shut people up and make a longer storyline, you could theoretically screw over Liz and make her an IC title and have her and literally just have a storyline right there. Or if you want to watch the world burn, give that shit to Chelsea Green.
Oh, hey,
fucking wonderful!
Oh my God, yes.
Chelsea Green with a U.S. title would be amazing.
Yes, it would. I want that.
I want that.
I don't think people understand that because the one thing that we give WWE credit for creating the women, their women building, not the division, but building up their women and the women division too. But they build up their women wrestling characters really well. So at this point, if you think about it, any 6 of the women you have up here would be great mid-card champions. Right? All of them, like Tiffy, Nia, Naomi, they could be any one of the mid-card guys. That's the best thing about the division as they have it built right now. Like all of them, because of their characters and the personalities that they've been doing, they can probably fit really well into the slot division. However, the problem is not all of them could be world champion. But if you want to highlight those if you want to highlight those women at the bottom, or not the bottom, at the mid-card level, at the very least, give them something like, look, say for instance, like we'll say Tiffy. Tiffy's brand new, but she literally has, after the Rumble, was not the Rumble, but the Chamber match in Australia, she's the name for herself. So theoretically, if she won the U.S. title after that, like say a couple of weeks after that, nobody would bat an eye because they'd be like, it's Tiffy time.
Yeah.
Like those mid-card titles are also great for pushes for your younger talent that want to come up. And I am, like I said, I'm really excited for all of them. I mean, and the thing is, think about it. Every personality, even like you said, Mia Yim would be a great U.S. or IC champion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she would be great at it only because that she had, honestly, and I know I'm jumping around, but Shayna Baszler has needed a championship, in my opinion, for decades.
Well, yeah, ever since she came up from the main roster, she hasn't won anything at all.
Exactly. I mean, she's one tag champ. She's one.
There
tag
you go. Yeah, there you go.
She has one tag goal, but that is few and far between.
Yeah.
But think about it. Can you imagine Shayna Baszler as the women IC champ? I mean, even if she doesn't go past the IC championship, not that I wouldn't want to see that, but she could be as great as Macho Man was as the IC champ.
I mean, just think, Shayna gets the Intercontinental title. She goes on a tear with that. We start to see like the old Shayna again, like where it's like she's a fucking killer. By the time she gets herself built back up to look like that monster that we know she is, she gets to the women's title again. We go, well, there ain't no way Shayna Baszler's not going to win the women's title. Like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to Edward. What's going on? And he's like, no, Nia, she's dangerous. Oh, it came.
Honestly, I agree with you, Ed, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what happened, but on this second comeback, when she came back, she has, and I'm not even gonna begrudgingly say it. I legitimately say she has improved. Like her work has gotten better. She's gotten safer, and I have seen a massive improvement in her wrestling. I don't know if being cut kind of shocked her into like getting her shit together, or maybe it just took her a longer time to develop, which happens with some people. But her run back has genuinely been enjoyable. I mean, some of the matches she's still a little rough around the edges, but then again, who the hell is it? I mean, ain't nobody perfect all the time. But I gotta say, Nia Jax has not disappointed me or made me cringe every time I've seen her in a match. Like, which is a massive improvement from where she was when she first got cut and was hurting people left and right.
Let's see what Temple saying. Oh, women's TV title would work. Have it defended every TV appearance on Raw or SmackDown. Bring back the Mae Young Classic tournament. Have the finals at SummerSlam. That would work too, Temple. I actually would like that.
I'm good with the Mae Young title. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the concept of TV title. It's not that I don't trust it, but honestly, truth be told, the TV title carries a lot of weight on it. And honestly, since NWA, no one has really done a good job with their quote unquote TV titles. Yeah. Like no one can really pull off the TV title because it's one of those things where it's a hard thing to carry, and whoever has it has to wrestle day in, day out every time they air. And with everyone being injury prone because they play so hard, a TV title is just, I mean, honestly, since Tully, I haven't seen a great TV champion. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know that's dating me, but honestly, I haven't seen a great TV champion. I mean, the closest might be the digital web championship that Matt Cardona was, but
yes, yeah, I agree with that.
But honestly, the TV title, and this is not an insult to anybody wrestling today, that's every single night you defend that on television. That's the rule. And honestly, if it's not being done every day on TV, I don't care about that belt. Like, look at the ROH TV championship. That shit ain't never been on TV. How you gonna be a champion of a meeting you've never been on? That don't make no damn sense to me. That's literally like.
Plus, how much sense does it make to have an ROH TV title when it's not on TV?
Exactly.
The show isn't even on TV.
Exactly. So, I mean, as much as I think a TV title could be interesting at WWE, I actually think if you stick to the IC and the US Championship, which is what the WWE does well, stick with that. Because like they have a pathway for that. The TV with WWE and motion, I'm really wary of companies building new belts without any kind of infrastructure behind it.
Ask this guy right here, right? Ask this guy.
That's fucking bullshit.
You're bullshit, Tony Khan. You're bullshit. You created a Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion for what? The fuck? What are you gonna do? Bullshit. I'm sorry. I had to. You call that right now when you get created belts. Okay. Speaking of created, I know who created the fucking belt. And come on, Super Card of Honor. There you go. But what are you gonna do with that belt? What the fuck?
honestly, it's not just Tony. I mean, honestly,
I know. I just pick it on Tony.
I mean, because TNA. I mean, TNA has TNA got 14 different championships right now, and only 4 of them actually ever show up on camera unless they have to.
See, look, even De Niro saying ROH
ROH app championship.
Honestly, I would if that's what they called it, that'd be fine. Like literally, think about it this way. Remember when Matt Cardona became the digital champion? That made perfect sense because all of his work was literally done on him being a troll online.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree. But see, shout out to Mr. Universal himself, Nick Dieterding. That's right, Mr. Universal himself. Make sure you subscribe and follow that man because he provides you good shit along with Keith. And man, check it out, the recent episode. And Nick, we gotta have you back here on the show, man. We gotta have you here on the Debates Network, here on the Debate Center, so we can debate some stuff. So you're saying that De Niro is the greatest debater of all time? All right, I'm calling you out now. What the hell is wrong with you, Nick? But I still love you. I still love you. But look, look. The thing is this: I would do a Mae Young Classic for these belts. Fuck yeah, I would. I would do one for like how Temple mentioned, one for SummerSlam, and I probably would do another one probably by Survivor Series, back to back. You can have that way, and why not? Fuck it. And it just, not the great, the master. Okay, see that now you're going too far there.
I was actually thinking of if you want to start an immediate rivalry and immediate thing, I would actually have one Mae Young Classic for the IC championship and the US champion. The winner gets the IC title. The loser of the finals match gets the US title. So there is automatic.
There you go.
There is automatic friction between both of them already.
Okay, that works. That actually works.
The problem is the upside is you get an automatic beef between the both of them. The downside is the fact that you make one of them the winning belt and the other one the losing belt. So that's the downside. So you have to figure out a way to kind of like have like you may do it by DQ or however, but the problem is that you have to find a way. I mean, because honestly, I think we would be tournament exhausted if they did back-to-back tournaments, or if they did concurrent tournaments for both of them.
See, even Nick is saying, hopefully the IC title is covering the other blue can.
I'm telling y'all, the red can is Pepsi in Canada.
That's right. Mae Young name should be replaced.
That's a bold move, Cotton. That's a bold move.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a bold move there, Mr. Dieterding. I don't know about that. That's a tough one. That is very. At least they. I know that when they did the. By the way, this year at Mania they didn't do that women's battle royal, huh? They did not at all. SmackDown did the women's.
It was. I mean, honestly, Mania was way too bad for any kind of that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. And Temple saying Shayna, Tiffy, Liv, Candice, Mia, Chelsea, Piper, Tegan, and maybe bring a TNA talent and Stardom talent for the Mae Young Classic tournament. I love that. That's a great idea. I think that will actually fucking work. Bring in, at least bring us Makito, damn it. Bring us Makito.
Honestly, if you think about it, that tournament would be a really good way to introduce Julia.
Yes.
Thank you. Good fucking call on that. You're absolutely right. Fuck. But man, look, I think, the Intercontinental, I think Jade Cargill should win that one. The US is between either Tiffany, Chelsea, or Liv Morgan for me. Just to let Liv have her fucking, since Dom isn't here, he calls her Mid Morgan. There you go. She can have the mid card title, fucking Dom. Let her fucking and I think it will build her up very well. And I think it will build her up very well to have a title, because then from there, the more intriguing, and I'm speaking generically, it's a lot of more intriguing when you become the chaser instead of just being the champ. Because you get more invested of the story, because you're like, okay, it's a chaser. I like to see that. I like to see women's chase for those belts and having a women's battle royal or anything, a tournament. I hope that Papa H does decide to do this, because if he looks at the roster that he has, I would fucking do it. They need to fucking do it. But to see who could get crowned, that's a tough one. Like we named the ones that we have we would like. Unless you got a name that we haven't spoken about. I mean,
if you think about it, though, you got Zoe Starks also in there who'd be great as it. But I think the most important part about the mid-card titles is something that what it did for Gunther. Remember, Gunther, when he came out, was not really ready for a world championship, but then he had a very
not as bold as lying about blue-colored cats in Canada.
You don't know. I'm saying things.
I love it.
If you think about it, if you want to train someone to be a world champion, you give them a mid-card belt and help them along and train them. And look at Gunther when he first started. Remember that IC run he had was the IC title at that point was boring. In the span of what? How many days was it? 300 days?
About no, he had was it 666? I don't want to even say the numbers, but you know what I mean.
666.
Yeah, there you go.
Illuminati.
In 66 days. Now I think about now, everybody's like he needs to get the world champion, or at least put him in that mix for it. So,
G1 climax style. That too. If Papa H could do that, I love that.
When I was a kid, I did have a crush on Sherry Martel because she was insane, and then
don't call it Wendy Richter, right? Because then that's when Tony Storm would be pissed off. Like, fuck off, Wendy Richter.
If you wouldn't be petty, I'd say shoot Wendy Richter. I would have the Sensational series, and then have Wendy Richter be the announcer or like the host for it.
Oh my God, hell yeah!
He's just standing in the ring announcing, and then freaking gets a shoe thrown at her.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I would bring like Bo Nakano, bring Alondra Blaze, bring Wendy Richter, bring the legends, and come introduce these belts in this tournament. And they'll be like, how they did for the Mae Young Classic, how they had, the whole celebration. They could do that for here, but the women's legend, like have them come. Shit, I wouldn't even mind fucking have AJ Lee to show up and introduce that belt. AJ Lee,
y'all need to let that woman. Y'all need to let that woman go. God damn.
Man, we love that woman, man. I do. Shit,
she is great at this point in time. If she ain't come back now, when the hell is she gonna come back?
Shit, make her producer. Fucking work with the women's division along with Natalia.
That's fine, man. Yeah. But everybody hell bent on having AJ Lee come back into the ring. And I know we saw that one clip of her training. But I'm sitting here just going.
That was for the fucking show of heels. We know that already.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting here just going. Does AJ want to come back? God damn.
Exactly.
What's going on, Graydon? Shout out to Mr. Bidbuster himself. What's going on? The director himself. Oh,
in the basta.
So if they do a mid card for the ladies, I would like to see a TV title or a digital media champions for them. Yep. That's how Pepsi Phil talking about a digital one right there. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Edward saying Gunther got immediately better when they changed his name from Walter. Couldn't get behind a guy with the same name as my neighbor.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Ed. That's a little petty, brother. That's a little petty on that.
It's kind of.
I mean, it ain't like his name was like Irving. Shit.
I just hope, man, it does happen, man. I hope that they really, really by the end of the year, maybe, hopefully, Papa H considers doing this and creating this title and giving these two women the opportunity. And shit, I mean, they still have main event, right? That's on Peacock, right? They still have main event on, or is it?
I thought it was on like Hulu or something, but I don't really know. I don't know what they're doing with that anymore.
So here's a funny story for you, and this is something I'm laughing about. So the one thing I love most about Triple H is that he tends to be really
I'm sorry. Shout out to Mr. Chef. He's calling you out already. No shame and high C Pepsi Phil. My crush kids growing up was Jackie Jordan Kersey, Paula Abdul, Janet Jackson, Angela Halle Berry, Miss Elizabeth, and later Miss Jacqueline, Lita, and Trish. Oh man. But chef loves the chef loves. Go ahead, Phil. My bad. I interrupt you.
The one thing that we have to consider is that for the Undertaker is still under his Legends contract, right?
He re-signed the
He
new
just signed a new one.
Yeah.
one. Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: as calculated as this Triple H is, and we'll go with the Cerebral Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker didn't just mention that shit willy nilly. I truly believe Triple H had a conversation with him, going, "Hey, do me a favor and float out the idea of a women mid card title to see because think about it. Undertaker is a company dude. He rarely will ever say anything negative about the company he pretty much grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So saying like this is like feels real out of character unless someone said, "Could you do me a favor or can you do me a solid?" and just happen to like mention this in happenstance. And I feel like that was like the first volley into like eventually announcing it, because it's one of those things where it's like we need a mid card title, but we need to build up a buzz around it. Who better than to have like the greatest guy who's carried WWE on his back for almost 2 generations, than have Triple H and have Undertaker say, "Hey, we should have a mid card title." Because because he doesn't actually go into it. He just says there should be a mid card title. Doesn't give any specifics. Because if you look at the interview, he does not talk about like an IC or US championship specifically. He just said a mid card title. So honestly, the best thing about it is it could just be an old school method of like dropping the hints, and Triple H announces it, and it's probably something else entirely different. Because think about it, Triple H was already creating a North American women's title to begin with. Do we really believe that he's not smart enough to go, we should probably have something on the main roster as well?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call. Very, very good call. And you don't think William Regal has something to do with it as well when it comes to that?
I mean, like I said, Triple H don't work by himself. Like everybody around him thinks like he does. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure everybody was just like, we need to do this. Triple H said, "What do we think about this?" And everybody probably was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
Oh yeah, I'm excited, man. I hope they do it, and I think it's gonna work out for all the women's. Mm-hmm. And if Papa H does do it, we're gonna thank you, because yes, man, oh my God, I'm just happy that you're just taking over. Fuck the other piece of shit. I'm glad he's gone. Sell your stocks, get completely erased, obsolete, delete. That's what we want from your ass, because we don't want to hear nothing from your ass at all. No.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, we can stop mentioning his name now and stop talking about him. Period.
All right. There we go.
Good, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, it's like Beetlejuice. If he ain't here, there ain't no need to say his name or even mention his existence.
No, because they sit up and like, calling me now. How? Calling me. No. Hell no, we don't want none of that shit. All right. Any final thoughts when we come on to the next topic, gentlemen? Anything else you guys want to add to this?
Go to the next. This was a good one here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. The next one topic we got here is the non-compete clauses banned. No more. The FTC has eliminated this from all sports, even from regular employment. So now that is actually completely erased. You want to talk about obsolete, delete, that is gone. So now it gives the opportunity for the athletes to just go and sign somewhere else, go to another team, like NBA, football, soccer, and hockey, doesn't matter what it is, or rugby or anything, could go to another team without having a 90-day clause, none of that. Mm-hmm. Now is involved with professional wrestling as well, because the FTC already has labeled professional wrestling as a sport, and I'm glad they did that. So now that is, it's not just entertainment, it's sports, professional wrestling entertainment. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And FTC now completely banned that. So now that is no longer it's supposed to be in any contract. If they do that without FTC getting involved, they will fucking shut you down, because FTC are very strict when it comes to that. Extremely strict. So all you guys are watching and listening, your athletes or your to employees that are working for your employers, and they make you sign something like that, no, you can sue their asses, and FTC will come shut them down because that's what they're good at for there. So don't fuck with the Federal Trade Commission. I would not fuck with it. That's one person I would not fuck with at all. But here, is it the best thing for athletes, and is it best for these promotions like New Japan, TNA, WWE, AEW, LMOW, CMLL, all of those promotions? But is this the greatest move that the FTC has done for the world of professional wrestling? So I'll take it to you, Pepsi Film. Break it down, brother.
For professional wrestling, yes. I mean, truth be told, the reason the NDA clause was invented was to protect your IP. And honestly, these days, you can actually write a separate clause in your contract to take care of that issue. And then at that point, and it was only for full-time employees. Based on the current WWE structure, it made no sense for them to actually create an NDA other than the fact that they could. And it was kind of a bit of a bullying tactic, because it's one of those things where it's like the parameters of the way he ran it was like this. If you work for us, you had to wait a certain amount of time before you could go into place, which we all know. The problem is that it would actually take, like, say, for instance, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
If he had left and gone straight to someplace else, the momentum he had leaving WWE would have been shot to hell. So I think the good thing about this is that you get folks who are like, if they're on a good run, they have the ability to choose their spots, choose who they talk to, because I think the way the NDA worked is not only could they not go to another place, but their conversations with other companies were limited as well. So, and that's the part that got really into trouble, because it's like, fine, I can't go to this place, but I can't even talk to them about eventually joining them or eventually considering joining them. Which I don't know about you. Wrestling is a very niche industry.
Yes.
So it's not like you come from WWE, you can definitely just go, I can't go to this place because I can't make the same amount of money. So if you think about it, the NDA WWE was asking for would adversely affect people's income. Because it's not like a tech firm where it's like if you work for Microsoft, you can say, okay, I can't work for Intel, but I can work for Google and make the same amount of money. In wrestling, there's two major companies. After that, there are these smaller brands that can kind of give you what you want, but honestly can't compete with them and the level of money they make. And it felt really, really,
yeah.
Oh no, here, please! Boss. You never stop talking for me while I'm here. Go ahead.
And it felt like a bullying tactic, where it's like, hey, we fired you. And on top of that insult, you can't work anywhere for 90 days, even though we're paying you. But if you're a wrestler, you know for a fact that if you take 90 days off, you become really rusty, and trying to get back to that fighting weight that you wanted could be a real problem. So I actually think it's a great thing. I think it as also what the byproduct will be, it'll shoot up the level of competitiveness that they get. The competitiveness within the business itself. And the other thing I love about the fact that it will make people change the working conditions.
Yes, that's very true.
If you really don't want this guy to go someplace else, improve your working conditions so he doesn't want to leave.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. Because think about it, 9 times out of 10, the only reason you go to a rival is to say, fuck that company. Or sometimes it's like, the only comparable company is AEW. So you're going to go, I'm going to go there. And sometimes it's not even to get signed. It's just like, maybe you want like a 3-month contract till you figure out what you want to do, but you just want to keep working.
That's right.
So as far as I'm concerned, it'll raise the bar for competitiveness, raise the bar for companies improving their work life for these guys. And it just makes the industry better, and the competition will be even better as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, hopefully he's feeling better. He is here. No, Notorious. He is a whole effing show. He is Mr. Thursday Night. He is now Mr. Saturday Night. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the American Nightmare of podcasting.
Whoa!
He is the extreme of podcasting. The notorious himself, D-O-A.
Oh.
Wow, he added that.
I'm sneaky.
I know.
What's good, y'all? I'm feeling crappy, but I had to come in and say hi to my fam in my chat. Let's fucking go.
That's right.
By the way, let me handle some business real quick because I see Ed in the chat. I love him and I own him a shirt. Ed, let me ask you, would you like a top rope shirt or would you like to be the first to end up with a Notorious DOM shirt? Right there. Because I'll make it and I'll send it to you if that's what you want, or I will send you a top rope shirt because I owe you one. I got your address, I got the size. I just got sick, so I haven't done shit with it yet. I'm still kind of sick.
But he's here. He's here, folks. Notorious, what is going on? Happy Saturday, brother. How are you, brother?
Happy Saturday, my brother. I am alive. I'm not running a fever. I'm not feeling like I want to pass out, so I thought, hey, let me join you guys, even if it's just for a little bit.
Okay.
Don't worry. I mean, we still got one more topic, and then that'll be it. Because remember, the debate center, we got a lot, but we already did our first topic with the women's one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What were we talking about? The 90-day?
Yeah, that is over. No mas. No more. No mas.
You know why I love that? Not just for like wrestlers and what Pepsi Phil said, but that was brought in back in the days when WCW was just grabbing people and they were on the show like a week later. Vice versa, when you think about Jeff Jarrett, WCW to WWE, or Medusa leaving WWE and dropping the championship in the trash can like a week later. I love that we're getting that back. Like those opportunities, you could see somebody on Raw or NXT, and then they get cut, and the following Wednesday they're on Dynamite like, fuck you. And I only said that in part for Cameron Grimes because I think he was done dirty.
Yeah, that was a hard TikTok to watch. That was a hard TikTok to watch.
Oh, Ed, I love you, bro. I don't even have the shirt set up on our website, but I will set it up and I will ship it to you personally, my friend. Thank you. Yes. Give me a no.
There you go, baby. Hell yeah.
If you want to rep my ugly face, God bless you, my friend. But yeah, it's gonna be good for the product overall because it's gonna give people that oh shit moment that we haven't had since like the early 21st century. We're like, oh shit, this guy was on Raw last week, or oh shit, this guy was on Nitro, now he's on Raw. Next thing you know, you see Malachi Black back as Alistair someday, like right after a Dynamite on Raw.
You remember how we freaked out where like he did it, like they fucked up his NDA and he showed up on AEW.
He showed up on AEW and we lost our fucking minds because we were like, no way he showed up tonight. There's no way that's legal. My pleasure, Ed. Thank you for showing up yet again, for supporting us, for putting up with me. Really, I don't know how these guys do it, let alone you.
Oh, man. Ed's been dropping some gems of late, like all tonight.
Oh no, Ed been dropping gems on every live chat, man.
and Temple too, man. I gotta give it to Temple too, man.
Oh, of course, Temple, but Temple's like the OG gem dropper. Ed's a little newer.
But man, Redeemer, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah,
please, it's a fantastic thing right now. Mm-hmm. Like now, all these athletes don't have to wait. If you are one of those, it's like that absolutely love what you do, and it would kill you to sit there and have to wait. Like, yeah, a lot of the wrestlers would have like the 90-day non-compete, but they'd still be sitting home getting paid. But like deep down, if they were just sitting there going, man, I want to do what I love to do. Now they have that opportunity too. Now they don't have to sit there and play the waiting game no more. Now it's just right back to business. Forget just sitting on the sidelines going, all right, it's day 12, still waiting for this to end here. Like, and again, if it goes for other athletes too, that's even better because again, it makes everything's so much more interesting now. Like Dom said, just somebody like leaving and now all of a sudden they can just show up wherever. We don't have to be like, well, we have to like mark the day down.
Oh, Cameron Grimes got cut a couple of days ago, so I guess we'll see him in July. Like,
yeah, right. No, now we get to see him whenever.
I gotta be honest, just for the Redeemer, I put this comment up. The non-compete clause ban. Miro gets cut as they're not using him, and he shows up the day after SummerSlam, for example.
Wild. Honestly, that's not a bad call.
Wild.
What am I doing?
This just makes everything so much more interesting now. It just makes everything feel like old school now. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And truth be told, folks' decisions on where they went was based on that NDA.
I know who that is.
No, the banger. The banger himself, Mr. TK. What's going on, man?
Oh, I love you, TK. You know I love you if I will to bang on my sore chest.
Really? Like, oh man, hey, I'm happy too because we got to see a lot. At least, now these competitors are able to go where they need to go. Like how you mentioned too, Dom. Like this is gonna bring back the old era. That is as much as I think for the reason that shit was added because I know we said earlier we're not gonna mention his name. What's his face was not fucking happy about what you meant, how they all went to WCW like the next fucking day, and what the fuck, like
McScumfuck, yeah,
like like Ravishing Rick Rude, he went the next fucking day. He was a Raw, and then he ended up fucking going to Nitro.
It's not like they didn't pull it either, because Jeff Jarrett was on WCW on like one Monday, and then the following Monday that motherfucker was on Raw talking shit. I mean, he just got mad when it happened the other way around.
Don't forget about X-Pac. X-Pac showing up like, I got cut. What?
And then X-Pac was like the player to be named later in every trade, man. He bounced back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Are you X-Pac? Are you 6-Pac? What the fuck are you?
And are you 6? Are you 1, 2, 3 kid?
Remember the promo?
1, 2, 3, 6 X-Pac kid.
Remember the promo he cut when he showed up at WWE after being cut from WCW? He literally just shit on the entire company.
The whole company. No, you succeed, Ed. You succeed, homie. Shirts coming, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I've been feeling like shit lately, or it'll already be there. But I'll add the design to our merch site and I'll ship it out to you.
But that was like, but at that point, it was just insane. It was like, what is happening here? Or my favorite was when the Big Show showed up on WWE after literally losing his last match on WCW. And I was
when he showed up at Valentine's Massacre. Valentine's
and I'm like, and I literally said, "Is that the same? Yeah, that is the same dude.
That's Paul White.
Yeah,
that's Paul White. If I can't remember that shit.
Holy shit! It's Captain Insano."
You know what? I'm still pissed we didn't get Captain Insano to show up at AEW.
Oh my! Really? You were really?
It would have been as a callback. It would have been nice to have, even if it wasn't like, even if he didn't show up in the ring. If he was just in a Captain Insano outfit, sitting in his trailer. Somebody
I desperately wanted him to show up with Dynamite as like Captain Insano.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would I wish you could do that shit.
And just knock somebody out and grab a mic and go, courtesy of Captain Insano, and walk away.
If Adam Sandler could show up and do that shit, I'll be so fucking happy.
Oh, but you could have those shit moments in every promotion. Like, imagine if you would have been, if this happened earlier, you saw Nick Nemeth on like a Raw before his contract ended. All of a sudden, he pops up at a TNA pay-per-view. You'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, I don't know. Well, the thing is, my question now is, did they inputted this now in effect now with the recent releases that we had in WWE, like with Trevor Lee, Xia Li, Jinder Mahal, you know, and
if this is like a federal mandate, then it's probably
it's a federal FTC.
Yeah,
already,
then it's like now. It's like, it's in effect. If you got rid of them, they can go get a job. Fuck you.
I mean, keep in mind also, it might not, like I said, even though they had the NDA, a lot of these guys probably like, I want to take a little bit of a break, but it's like, I don't want to take a 90-day break.
Exactly right. That's where I'm like kind of curious to see if like
too many limes. Ed's laughing at the 1, 2, 3, 6 X-Pac kid.
Like you said, put the lime in the coconut.
Put the lime in the coconut. Yeah.
Mix them all up. You still got Sean Waltman.
Fuck, you still got Sean Waltman. Damn.
You're right. You're right, Chef. Temple is like our Mike Tenay of this wrestling family. I am with that.
Yeah, Mike Tenay.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was citing the MLB as far as non-competes. You know, your team property for 10 years. NFL was like that too. There was no free agency for a while. Now look at it. Runs fucking roughshod.
Honestly, we have our Pepsi Phil, like, Mike Tenay, and then we have the Redeemer for like Mauro Moronado from NXT, back in the day NXT. That's what we have right here. I love it. Yes.
I might be like your Joey Styles. I don't know. I don't think I compared to
You're
Joey.
You're the Joey Styles.
Nobody's like Joey.
Man.
You have
I'm more Jim Ross. I'm more Jim Ross. That's what I am.
I know Temple's thanking him, but it's a fact. But yeah, it's like NFL. You didn't even have free agency. You were just on your team and you got paid, and then it came in, and that was probably the first time I hate the Eagles for letting Reggie White go. How the fuck? And he won a Super Bowl like 2 years later. Fuck you.
We're talking about releases by the time. Let's talk about that very quick before we move to the last topic. What do you guys think now? I know Temple mentioned Trevor Lee, you know, to the moon.
Anyway,
I missed that, man, and it sucks because I heard him on Busted Open, and I heard everything. I don't know what happened. I wish we knew more details why they let this man go. I think they dropped the ball on him. He has a lot of potential, and as much I know, it was that era because the other piece of shit didn't like Cameron Grimes. Oh, I don't like that gimmick. Oh, just get rid of it. Make him a jobber now. Like, fuck you, piece of shit. Papa H, if you could have just taken this opportunity to rebrand this person and bring that gimmick, reinvent it again on SmackDown, would be awesome, and it would have gone great. Or even
if you just brought back like big money Cameron Grimes. I love that shit.
Yeah.
That shit on NXT was fucking fantastic.
And tell the truth, you
brought
in Ted DiBiase for big money.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I would love for them to bring all that shit back.
It was one of those times where seeing Ted DiBiase was fucking awesome to see. Like, we were like,
I thought it was gonna launch Cameron Grimes. Instead, it launched LA Knight, and from there we were like, oh, where'd he go?
I mean,
between that and then you had the whole thing of him winning the North American title, and that sadly went nowhere either. That's what sucks. Like, it just the guy's so fucking good, and he just.
So here's an
unless I'd rather be Gertner. Nah, he's more of a stud muffin than me.
So here's a funny thing about Triple H and the way he works. So he does not really write off people per se. What he does is if he can't work with you or he doesn't think you have what you're looking for, what he usually does is he'll cut you, but he won't let you go. He'll just cut you and say you ain't working out in this system right now. Because think about it, he like everyone he's ever cut, he still talks to on the phone. He is the number one.
First of all, Temple, you cracked me up. But secondly, you want to know what Justin is? That's what Justin is. Okay.
The Redeemer.
That is awesome.
That's what Justin is, my friend. See, I'm sneaky.
See, he's prepared.
He is, right? No, but think about it. There are times I feel like he cuts people. It's like he doesn't cut them to say that you can't be a good wrestler. It's like you can't be a wrestler at WWE right now. He's not saying you're not a good wrestler. It's just we can't use you right now. but he don't let anybody go. He is the ultimate you up guy. Sitting here calling folks at 3 a.m. Sitting here calling folks at 3 a.m. when they win the championship. I'm like, why are you still awake? You out here calling people,
bro. You trying to kill me? You saw me drinking. Don't say shit like that. I'm already sick. You're trying to kill me.
What think about it? Mercedes Moné wins the Stardom Championship. Who is the first call she gets?
You up?
Yeah.
Actually, that text had a bunch of extra letters like Triple H talks. It was like, hey, you up?
You up?
19 question marks.
Think about it this way. Cody does
congratulations.
Cody does all.
Congratulations.
Cody did the first All Out. Cody did the first All Out. Was it All Out or All In? No, it was All Out. No, all first Double or Nothing. Before he created AEW with the Young Bucks. Who is his first call?
Oh, that was All In.
Yeah,
Young Bucks AEW.
Yeah.
That was All In.
Let's think about it this way. Who was the first person to call him when he pretty much sold out everything in that one? The first goddamn person to call him. Exactly.
Up.
The man does not give up on people. It's just like he can't use you right now. But he ain't saying, like, he never really says goodbye to anybody. I mean, remember when Mia Yim got cut? Literally, when Mia Yim got cut, what was it? She was on the Indies for about 6 weeks? Then she came back. 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. That is the worst. That's not a cut. That's a vacation.
They literally cut Cross, and he basically was like, "Listen, I'm just not going to let him go."
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, to this day, I'm sure he's still mad about Keith Lee.
More than likely, he's probably still pissed about Keith Lee. He's probably pissed about fucking Aleister Black.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm mad about this. Okay, do not put Trevor Lee anywhere near Andrew Everett ever again. Ever. That
What's wrong with Andrew Everett?
He's an out of shape former Chippendale dancer or some shit. I don't need that.
He's got one of the best gimmicks,
real.
I've seen.
They're gonna go back to being the real life version of that Saturday Night Live skit with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley.
He's keeping the Crash Holly gimmick alive, though.
He's working for the weekend. Let's be real.
Wait, remind me this. Was he part of that the Hardy Compound match when it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there?
Yes, he was.
Yes,
he was in that clique with Shane Helms and Trevor Lee and all that.
I remember
the man with 3 H's.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm I'm over here going. He wouldn't make a bad team up with Joe Hendry.
Now we're talking.
He wouldn't be bad with Joe Hendry.
Him and Joe Hendry would
Say
not
his
be
name.
bad. Hey, you're absolutely right, Pepsi Phil. Him and Joe Hendry would not be a fucking bad.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know Joe Hendry.
I'm not gonna
believe in Joe Hendry.
I love that idea. Oh my God!
I fought my heart to keep that. I really wanted to hate that man so much. But one, he's a good wrestler, and two, that goddamn song just sticks in your head and never gets out of it.
Fucking shit! It's worse than like boy bands, man. It just gets stuck there. I'm amazed they'll play that shit in the grocery store.
Exactly.
The man is so unique though with that shit, because I watched that fucking video when he made fun of fucking Cardona. Mm-hmm. I laughed so fucking much. I loved that fucking video.
That was great.
I died mostly because I'm not the biggest Matt Cardona fan in the world. Sorry, folks, I'm not. But I died.
What? I am, man. I am, man. I love
the king of the fucking Indies, bro.
Yeah, he is the king of the Indies.
The king of the hey Cody, can I copy your homework, bro?
Wow, why are you hating on Cardona? What?
I'm not hating, I'm stating. And still king of the Indies. I don't give a shit if he's in WWE because you're all doing what he did.
Okay,
I'm not hating, I'm stating.
Hold on for a second.
Exactly.
Are you saying in the history of pro wrestling, Matt Cardona is the only wrestler to steal somebody else's gimmick?
Hey, Matt Cardona is the guy that legitimately, when he got released, I go, there's no way this motherfucker makes it through the indies. And this guy goes out there and goes, hey, I'm gonna get in there with fucking Nick Gage and fucking do death matches. Like, what the fuck?
Also, keep in mind,
Mr. Woo 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 turns into go fuck you.
that man,
Like, what the fuck?
He put on 20 pounds of muscle, got extra swole as fuck. Mary's Chelsea.
That was for
Green.
Chelsea. Get the fuck
And gives
out.
no fucks.
Mary's Chelsea.
He wasn't worried
Green.
about the industry. He was worried about keeping a woman he's too good. That's too good for him. I know. I've been there. Okay, I'm still there.
Man, you sound like a hater, sir.
I'm like, man, I gotta change my diet and get in shape. I'm getting old, and this woman still look good. I gotta do something.
I love Temple. I love that idea. Triple threat in a fucking final deletion match.
Oh yes,
Trevor Lee.
I knew you'd come, Trevor Lee. Oh man!
Remember when we talent like the man with 3 H's would do? It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Oh my hell yeah! Oh my God.
But yeah,
okay. What about now, Xia Li? Where do you guys see her though?
TNA. Perfect fit for her.
She's a perfect fit.
Yep.
And gender.
And I would say if they can TNA, if they could freaking revamp her freaking Tion Shaw character and just freaking go all out with it and make her like this murderous woman again,
murderous Mortal Kombat superstar.
Yes,
I love it.
Here's the thing: you don't even need to do that. Remember when she was in the
No one went anywhere.
By the way,
brands don't matter, Temple. I have been saying it for like 2 years. Nobody gives a fuck about the brands no more.
Remember when Xia Li came out in the first Mae Young Classic?
Yeah.
If that Xia Li was in TNA, she would be fine. You don't need to do a T on anything. Just leave her as that Xia Li. Because truth be told,
but that Tion Shaw character was fucking amazing.
Fantastic. The fact that character did not win the women's championship in NXT.
She had a final boss before Roman did. She had.
It was not bad, that gimmick. It wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed it. It was that final boss that she had, and nobody knew who the fuck she was. And I was like,
but I do agree. Definitely put her in TNA. And I know some people may be beefing at me. It's like, keep her the fuck away from AEW.
No, please. Not right now. Not right now.
Honestly.
And AEW is doing fine. They
it's not even AEW doing fine thing. It's just I don't think they would capitalize on her.
No, I mean they're good where they're at, but like the Knockouts division,
she would have.
Basically, if I had to put it in simple words, I think everybody who got released should go to TNA at this point.
I agree.
I kind of agree. I mean, and here's the thing about Jinder Mahal. Honestly, I know
Jinder doing okay at TNA.
I think he'd do fine at TNA. I think he could do a good run with Moose. Like I think he could do a really good run with Moose.
Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine if they put Jinder and the Bollywood boys back together on TNA?
Then bring Sangha and freaking Veer in there too.
But I will say this though.
Shit, where's Mahabali Shira while we're at it? You just put them all together.
So
if freaking what's his face was if freaking Rohit Raju was still there, that would be fucking nuts.
I wouldn't even go there.
Talk about a hit squad.
That's right. There you go.
I wouldn't even care about that. Honestly, for Jinder Mahal to really put a stamp on him and create a new brand for himself, I would put him. The first thing is his first rivalry. If he went to TNA, was him and Sami Callihan.
That'd be good too,
bro.
Honestly, I wouldn't
even mind seeing like him and Eric Young beef.
Yeah, like I think the thing is Sami Callihan is an OG, and the thing that people don't realize with Sami Callihan is people that go against Sami Callihan blow up.
Why are you hating on Temple?
How can you hate on Joe Hendry, man?
I mean, we may need to bring in Temple to explain that hate because Joe Hendry.
You got to believe in Joe Hendry. Believe in Joe.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
We believe in Joe Hendry.
You know what? I see. I want Jinder to go to TNA better for him to get that. You know, I think I agree with you guys. You're saying. I hope that fucking Tony Khan does not make a call and call. Hey, remember I put you over on Twitter? Come and help me out.
Hey,
no.
He gonna pull like one of those old Godfather lines, like a favor for a favor.
He probably would. He probably fucking tell Jinder, I want you to bury
I don't know,
me
man.
on
I don't think
television."
Tony's that smart these days. I'm just saying.
Yes, Temple. Yes, right there.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Oh my
Yes!
God, yes. Su Young, yes.
Although
Yes,
I still like the Maki.
and Rosemary and Havoc. Yes,
Which
lots
I
of
forgot.
Havoc. I love Havoc.
Who played the master?
Havoc is my
remember,
homegirl.
remember she wrestled who played that master, that gimmick?
I
It
don't
was
even
It was
Wendy
Wendy Chu.
there you go, Wendy Chu.
Yeah.
It was
There
Wendy
you go.
Chu.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
Wendy Chu.
Yeah.
Wendy Chu, Karen Q. That's who it
Yes.
was. It's like her character, like even as the sleeping like little like character she has now that she had, like
Yeah.
I wanted to see NXT go out with her and just be like, she's this like really like kind of goofy, almost like a female Orange Cassidy going
Seriously.
on here. But
I
I wanted them
seriously
to just go
thought-
like full on like if you see her as this like Orange Cassidy kind of like thing, but then you like look at her and like out of nowhere she can flip the switch and you just see the Tian Shaw freaking thing all over again. Like I would die.
When it came to the Wendy Chu character, and I think Pepsi Phil backed me up. At the time when it went down, I thought HBK was watching us and just copying Grandma Wendy. Because Grandma Wendy would show up in a fucking onesie, half asleep, and do a fucking podcast while like just off in La La Land. And all of a sudden, here's a person on screen doing the same shit mid ring. I'm like, that is Grandma Wendy gimmick infringement, and I am suing.
She must have watched a lot of Keenan and Kel though, because she loves orange soda. She do.
So does my wife, and she's never seen it.
That's fucking classic, Justin. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was like, because I ain't gonna lie. There were many times I watched that gimmick and went, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
Grandma Wendy, that's what the fuck you're looking at. You know it.
Is she still there?
I got tape.
Is she still there?
She's injured.
She's injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's hurt.
That's the biggest thing WWE's problem they're having right now. Almost.
Excuse me. Joe Hendry is Scottish.
Oh,
is he Scottish?
Enough said, bro. Case closed. Okay, you made your point, Temple.
Okay,
You made
first
your
of
point.
all-
I'm gonna shut up.
First of all, that's an internal UK issue. I don't need to be involved with Temple. That's an internal
You're
issue.
like,
I'm gonna just love my Joe Hendry and let y'all deal with it on your own. 'Cause that feels
Wow. The Scottish people. That means you don't like Sheamus, and you don't like Drew McIntyre.
You don't like, do you?
You don't like
Wow.
Nikki
Savage
Cross.
Singh, AEW Tag Champion.
Oh, can we talk about Drew for one quick second? Is it me, or do you feel that him losing the belt in 5 minutes was probably the best thing to happen to him?
Oh, definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
in a moment, he lost the belt. All of a sudden, this petty Drew is literally my most favorite person right now. Because I ain't never seen a man this
more relevant than ever.
I just enjoy the pettiness of that man. He out here putting memes, insulting the shit out of folks.
Breaking news: Pepsi Phil enjoys petty. Who knew? Everyone, every fucking one. Next topic.
I guess that
Oh
is
my God.
that is that debate.
Pepsi
You like
Phil
people that
enjoys
are petty?
petty.
I would have never known. Oh wait, yeah, I knew for like 4 fucking years now.
But here's the thing, though. Can we talk about the fact? And I'm using Drew. The reason I keep mentioning Drew is he and Matt Cardona are the two people who are, I think, probably right now best using social media as part of their gimmick, probably better than anyone else in wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not talking about like video games, like like Budge and Kenny Omega and those guys, but like he is like rolled social media into his personality and his gimmick right now. The same with Matt Cardona. And I'm really curious if at some point that's going to become a regular thing with a lot of them. Because remember, before this, there was that beef that Jade Cargill and Athena went through online at each other.
Mhm.
That was really good.
Get
Oh,
better,
wish you could
Dango.
Join us, Dango. Kayla? Dango? Kango?
Dango.
Kayla?
Get better, Dango.
Kango is a hat, god damn it.
Dango.
I know, but it's Kayla and Dango. Kango.
Tango.
Or Dalo.
Tangle.
Danga.
Let it go, man. Just no. Just
It was funny and you fucking know it.
it was funny.
Damn it, Phil, you just
coming
gotta
up
put
with
the
nothing.
fucking kibosh on that.
Yeah, we talking about like can't go get no. We not no.
He's just mad because I called him out for the petty shit.
I mean, out here,
Oh,
out here merging shit like Benifer and shit. God damn it.
yeah, well, I be merging shit like Kango, okay? And you know it was smooth.
I'm trying so bad to
Thank
throw my
you,
beer out.
Dango.
There you go, Kango. See?
No.
My man gets it.
You're almost making me throw my beer out, man. I'm fucking holding myself.
Oh god.
Aren't you glad I showed up even if I am sick?
That's like
Oh,
a
shit.
Super Saiyan version of Kanye and Dango.
Who else gonna make you laugh like this?
Really,
Who else
Phil,
gonna make
you
you laugh
had to
like
say
this?
that shit?
Yeah, the way that man spelled it.
At least Kango works. Like Dela doesn't sound as good.
Nah, I was just it was a brainstorming session live. That's all I was.
I love this shit. Oh my god.
Once
Oh,
again, folks,
man.
notorious derailment.
The whole fucking live stream.
You goddamn right.
Who is out of their minds more, Tony Khan, Atlanta Falcons, or Buffalo Bills?
Atlanta.
Bills, straight up.
Atlanta, all above.
They about to get. They about to get
Bills
slapped
traded that
with-
one pick 9 times and took a wide receiver anyways. Like, why'd you just fucking take him?
Oh, there you go.
Bro, they tampered the fuck out of like their entire recruit, who literally was so stupid. Went, oh, by the way, they tampered with me before they recruited me. I'm like, what the hell? That's some insider
What is
trading
wrong with
bullshit.
y'all?
At least tell that motherfucker don't tell nobody. God damn.
I know. Drew, I don't like him at all. Reason because he's Scottish too. It's England versus Scottish.
I told you, man. That's internal UK issue. Not involved in that shit.
Danya.
Kango.
Kango's better.
I'm good with
Yeah.
Kango. Kango.
At least you sound like a hat name compared to I don't even know what.
And that hat anybody wear a Kango, they look fly as fuck. I look fly in a Kango. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
I don't look fly in shit.
I love this shit. Okay. Fucking let's I guess we gotta head. The last topic here for this debate.
Oh, thank God. I'm sweating and shit.
I know we derailed, but hey, that's what we have to do here.
Hey.
That's
Hi,
right,
Tony.
folks. Oh man, you know what?
Hey, Cody.
Hey,
so let me type it in here.
Look at Cody with that belt, man. I can't get enough of that shit, man. That just,
It just looks right, man.
it just makes me want to say, whoa!
Right?
All right, now we gotta fucking get this out because I heard everybody. I heard the whole community. I heard, hearing Dave LaGreca.
We heard the IWC bullshit in short.
Everything. Even Dustin, I give Dustin Rhodes a lot of credit because he's like, who gives a fuck? But it's time to ask
and
this
that's why I love
question
him.
here. Because even though it's debate center though, but it is truly the debate of the week, folks. That's right. It is debate of the week.
I don't know if anyone's gonna be on the other side of this one.
No, but it's for also the IWC community who are watching and listening as well on audio platforms, and we're watching this here on. Is tribalism in professional wrestling a good thing or a bad thing? Because we hear too much of this. We know there's sometimes controversial that is good for the product at a certain level. Not good at all of them, but I like the situation how I mentioned last night on the particular debate about Tony Khan and all this bullshit. He needs to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Tony Khan. Stay away from social media. That's it. But Pepsi Phil down here was defending him last night, so I mean that's a whole different story. But here, of course, not just WWE, AEW, folks. We're talking about TNA,
No, just the
New
world.
Japan, the whole world of professional wrestling.
The whole fucking thing.
Is tribalism good or a bad thing to have in this community of professional wrestling? So, Notorious, I want you to take this one first. Break it down.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to answer your question with a question to the panel in the chat. Name a word that ends in ism that's good. I mean, we got racism, fascism, sexism, tribalism. Name one. You can't find it, literally.
Nope.
So no, of course it's not a good thing. It's
Nope.
literally, tribalism is a fancy word for stands. For smart fucking marks who pick a brand and go, that's my brand, and everybody else can go fuck. And then tells the world on social media. They don't come here because they can't just they can't just type something up, hit send, walk away, and ignore everyone. They would actually have to hear somebody else's opinion. They would actually have to hear somebody else tell them that they're bullshit. Tribalism is ignorance and small-mindedness, and it's not just in pro wrestling. You see it in other places in life. You see it in sports. You see it in other places, and it's no good for no one. It really ain't. Why do you think I have sat here for damn near 5 years and said, folks, just enjoy wrestling. If it's not your cup of tea, let somebody else drink it, because I have been fighting this shit since they came up with a new name for it. It's no good. I don't give a shit what promotion you watch. They all do the same fucking thing, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you're missing out on is the talent. And the talent in these other promotions, I don't care if it's AEW, I don't care if it's TNA, I don't care if it's New Japan, Stardom, Noah, MLW, the list goes on and on and on. Just throw your letters in the alphabet soup. I don't care what it is. The talent in professional wrestling is fucking phenomenal across the board. You can find guys working on small promotions on YouTube shows that will blow your fucking mind.
Like us.
Like us. And you're too busy stuck on one fucking promotion, which no matter how big they are still just a tiny cog in the machine that is pro wrestling. Even WWE is calling this shit pro wrestling now.
And by the way, sorry to interrupt you, Edward, I am a big fan of Tool. I don't know if you went to the concert recently.
I'm a huge Tool fan.
Maynard just had Tool. He had Tool, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer. He had all that shit. I missed it. Oh, well. Oh, man. But go ahead.
Okay, that's the exception to the rule, Ed. And I'm a big fan of Tool myself. That's just who isn't. I mean, any of that shit, I'm down. But no matter, even if it's WWE, they are a piece of something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
No one company is ever going to be bigger than promotional wrestling. I don't care what Venereal King McScumfuck tries to tell you. There's a reason why he's not around anymore.
Yep.
And even if he hadn't pulled all this god-awful, depraved shit, he probably still wouldn't be around anymore. Because that time is over, y'all. It's done. Stop bowing at the altar of Vinny, because he's probably just going to piss on you when you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that literally.
Mm-hmm.
Tribalism is bullshit. Enjoy wrestling. Why do you think there's all these promotions? Why do you think there's all this talent putting so much on the line, risking literal life and limb on a weekly fucking basis to bring the fans of their product entertainment?
Damn, $3.99 already calling you?
Exactly, Temple. How many times have you heard me say, you know, this is why I've been telling people, fuck all that bullshit. Just enjoy wrestling. If you tune into AEW and you don't enjoy Swerve and you don't enjoy Timeless Tony Storm and you walk away, fine. Okay. Go to TNA. Go to TNA. Check out Nick Nemeth. Check out Sami Callihan. Check out those guys. Maybe you'll like them. If you don't, go to New Japan. Jesus Christ. You'll see Moxley there. You'll see Naito. You'll see all the new blood. You'll see David fucking Finlay. You'll see all these guys that Clark Connors blow you the fuck away. There is.
Oh. Respectfully.
I mean, yeah, I would do it respectfully. But don't just sit here and say, oh, well, I like what I like, so everything else can go fuck, and fuck you if you like something else.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Do you understand? I spent 4 years doing a podcast with a Cowboys fan in Grandma Wendy, and B, a Patriots fan in High Class. And by the way, I hate the Patriots and the fucking Cowboys. Did it stop me from doing a podcast with them because I hate their teams? No. You know why? Because tribalism is bullshit. When you look beyond it, you find something good.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't look past it, I wouldn't have found people that I consider fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, just maybe, you do the same. Maybe you'll be happy and funny and psycho, like me.
There you go. Like me. I remember the Joker. I need to get that clip. Like me. I love that.
You want to know how I got these scars?
You want to know how I got these scars?
Haters.
Yeah.
Haters.
I'm a Cowboys fan. Sometimes I hate them too.
Sometimes I hate them too.
I feel you. You saw JD on here with us, and I love her to death. She's the Queen of Philly. She's a Cowboys fan.
Shout out to the Samoan Watcher. What's going on, brother? How's it going,
hey,
brother? Happy Saturday,
what's
man.
happening, Samoan Watchman?
Dude, happy Saturday, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in.
I feel like shit, but I'm feeling no pain. How you doing, bro?
I love Lucha Underground, Lucha Libre, New Japan, but you four might not like it. I will go cry in the corner for hours.
Temple, you know I love Lucha Underground.
I love Lucha Underground and Lucha Libre and New Japan.
I love Lucha Libre in general, but I love Lucha
Temple, I love professional wrestling, everything.
Yeah,
it's hard for us to cover everything all at once. We'll be here for hours covering everything.
We're already here for hours just covering pieces of it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I love Poppy too, because he loves wrestling. I love wrestling. So we're like, did we just become best friends?
Yes.
Yep. I'm sorry, it's wrestling. Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeet. Exactly.
Are you my brother now? Yeet.
Are you my brother now? Yeet. That's right.
Yeet.
Redeemer. Break it down.
I think we've proven enough, or we've seen enough that says tribalism is a bunch of horseshit. Like, first off, I'll say it right now. The man that's underneath me, to me, feels like the leader of fucking tribalism right here. Because fucking Tony Khan, I just had this conversation earlier with my guys from the Heel Turn podcast, which shouts out to those guys.
Shout out to them.
They were talking about tribalism as well, and it's just like I blame Tony for being one of the main fucking feels like leaders of this shit, because he goes out here and just constantly always goes, well, we had such a great show, and then fucking just spurts a bunch of shit about WWE. It's like, just fucking stop. Stop. Pay attention to your own fucking product. Get them out of your fucking head and do what you need to do to make your show fucking good. Enough with the bull. We don't need to keep doing with this whole fucking, if you don't like what I like, then you're wrong mentality. That's all we see every fucking time. It's just, oh, you don't like AEW? Then fuck you. You're a terrible person. Like, these people that fucking stand one company over the other, it's like, what are you proving to yourself?
Yeah.
You're not proving anything. Tony's not paying you to fucking absolutely swallow his company. He's not fucking gonna show up and be like, well, yeah, sure, you guys get freaking all this. You got, I'll make sure I pay you nicely because you guys are gonna sit here and absolutely just praise everything that I do. It's like, same thing goes for WWE. You're not getting paid to fucking do this stuff. You're not doing it. It's not gonna do anything for you. You're just making yourself look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The way you do it. Like, it's the whole, again, that mentality of just thinking, yeah, because I like this and you don't, I'm better than you. It just makes you look, yeah, like, it just makes them look so dumb.
Really
like,
dumb.
It's the whole thing. I was also talking about, like, how when you look at it, just you see every time it's the attacks over and over from people. It's It's just pure and
In
utter
some sports-
insanity.
In some sports, like Brian said, like people die over this tribalism bullshit.
Yeah, what is that?
You want to know what was
why?
tribalism? You want to know what was tribalism long before anybody even coined the phrase? The Biggie and Pac feud. And how'd that end? Both of them ended up fucking dead. That's tribalism at its finest.
Yes. It's just
what do we get out of it? Nothing. A couple of good albums. What
we lost two of the best fucking
fuck up.
We lost two of the best fucking MCs in the game. Like,
Ever.
come on. Like, utter insanity. It is
That's
just
where tribalism
unnecessary. It's unnecessary garbage. Like,
It is
nobody, like, just seeing that whole, again, that mentality of just having to feel like you have to stand up for them when it doesn't benefit you, it doesn't give you anything. It just like makes you supposedly feel good because look at me, I get to stand up for, this company that I think is better than the other. Well, again, I wanted to say it like last night and put it in better words again. Like we all have assholes, but that doesn't mean you have to act like one.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make you freaking better like that. And again, tribalism is something that needs to die.
No,
again,
these people
watch what you want to watch.
It makes them better. It makes them bitter. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody is a bigger gaslighter of these motherfuckers than Tony.
That's fucking bullshit.
Oh, you froze. Hold on.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
You bullshit, Tony Khan!
But you will!
You're
bullshit when it comes to this, TK. This is bullshit.
Think about it this way also.
You want to learn
Tony
something?
went out there.
Listen
think
to
of all the times
Go
Tony
back and watch the Tupac and Biggie documentary and shut your fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm. Think about it this way. Tony's gone out there and said multiple times that he feels like AEW's been attacked. Well, you know why? You know what would absolutely solve that problem? Maybe you shouldn't be the one to always fucking have everybody point the fucking target at you. Stop saying a bunch of stupid bullshit.
You know what?
All
Justin
the time.
is so eloquent and classy, and I'm not. So I'm going to say, you know why? Because you never shut the fuck up. That's why, Tony. Shut the fuck up.
Right? Like, how stupid does it make him seem where he's just like, oh my God, we're always constantly under attack. But then you go out there and you say all this bullshit like, we're better than you. WWE's the Harvey Weinstein of fucking professional wrestling. Motherfucker, why are you saying this shit? It's not going to get you anything except people fucking targeting you going, why are you saying this?
I'm a massive.
Don't target me. Don't target me. It's basically the fucking equivalent.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the equivalent of having like say like you're in the middle of a fucking war and somebody jumps up in front of you and goes, no, don't shoot me, and they turn away and walk away and then they go, huh, fucking idiots, and then they turn around and go, what? Like, what do you expect?
I like this from shout out to Nick Arias from Ring Fanatics.
Yes,
like
Daniel should start finding TK too. I'm with you, Nick. I'm with you, Tony.
He puts all his trust in. He puts all his trust in Bryan Danielson. Well, guess what? Danielson has the right then to do on to you.
Tony, I'm not even saying you're all bad, Tony. But when it comes to this type of shit, shut the fuck up. Because you literally started and then you come back and you start going, well, why are they attacking us? Because you opened your mouth. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
It is funny because it's funny because Conrad asked Eric Bischoff, does it make it seem like he's really copying what you've done back in the days of WCW? Like taking the wrestling move and doing everything when he's talking shit about WWE. Because that's how it was back in the days too. Bischoff did do that. He'd admit that and he'd admit that was he proud of it? Like, not really. But he knows competition, controversial. Like he brings it. That's why I said earlier, like the controversial. He said controversial works at its best when it comes to that. But he doesn't like the tribalism either. He's like, I don't like that tribalism. It's just, but when it's a competition that way,
you know what, bro? Mm-hmm. The thing about it was in the 90s and the early 2000s when guys like Eric Bischoff or Paul Heyman was doing it, you didn't have these problems. You didn't have all these people like, well, fuck everything else. ECW rules. I was the biggest ECW fan in the world. I watched Nitro and Raw too. Okay, and when Paul took shots, he knew he was going to take them back and he just happily accepted it. And then he came up with something worse to say, which is not something that Tony Khan is able to do. Tony Khan will fire the shot, then the shot gets fired back. Then he goes, "Oh my God, I'm wounded. Why would you shoot me? I didn't do anything."
It's so accurate.
If you shot Paul Heyman, he'd pull a fucking rocket launcher on you the next week. If you shoot Tony Khan after he fires the first shot, he blames you for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just think, the other freaking targets also are us podcasters all the time.
All the time.
Because we sit here and criticize and pick apart and dissect and do what we do all the time. But then you get those people out there that when they hear us, absolutely freaking, say something that they don't agree with, we're the bad people here.
Dude, if I
it's
had
a bunch of bull.
If I had a fucking penny for every time
I agree.
Oh, you're just an AEW stand, or oh, you're just a WWE stand the following week, or oh, you're just an Impact stand, I wouldn't be doing this shit right now. I'd be retired. Fuck y'all. I'd be in fucking Hawaii or some shit, living large.
So I'm a key into that part right there. So here's the thing. When kayfabe dropped, everyone apparently, I think the best description was Al Snow said, when kayfabe dropped, everyone assumed they knew wrestling. And like what Al Snow says is that knowledge without experience is bullshit. Actually, he just said opinion. So, and the problem is that opinion makes people think they're experts. Makes people think they know wrestling. Every so often, it is that I recognize the fact that what we do we're speculating as what we might just see as fans, but we know, but we can't take it personal.
Right.
What's bothering me is that there are people on here who really believe because they had an interaction with, say, they met Kenny Omega in the airport, or they talked to Kenny for more than 5 minutes, that they know everything, or or if they grew up during an era where like they knew Vince McMahon was wrong, or they grew up in the Attitude Era, they know what wrestling's supposed to be. That rolls into tribalism where it's like, because here's the thing. We all agree that at the time, showing the footage was a terrible idea. The moment they said that, 5 seconds later, it was like, oh, it's like WCW. They're going to crash and burn right then and there. I'm like, why? Like all of a sudden we know the inner workings of a multi-million-dollar corporation that's been working for 5 years straight. Like, or we know, like, think about it. If that was the case, if everyone's knowledge was that deep, WWE should have went out of business 20 years ago.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Because the period where they were so terrible, nobody would have stuck around for that.
And forgive me because I'm a little sickly, but if I remember correctly, even on our watch along, you had said when Jack Perry came back, like if this is what it took to get Jack Perry back into the States and back into AEW and written back into stories, then the footage was worth it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you were willing to back off after you went, man, that shit killed me. I didn't even want to watch the show.
Yeah, and honestly,
that's something that someone who partakes in tribalism will not do.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah, and like I said, I was genuinely impressed. Like, I don't know if that was the original plan. Yeah, I don't know if that was the original plan or they pivoted in that direction. But whatever it was, they learned their lesson.
It felt like the plan. When we were watching it, it sure as shit felt like the plan.
Yeah, and I'm like, which I gotta say, an impressive move. But to your point, Tony Khan and like even the media itself, I'm talking about guys like Sportskeeda. I'm not talking about Dave Meltzer because trust me, that is a different.
Oh no, let's not.
That's a whole different category.
Like,
I'm not trying to get my fever back. I don't need another virus. Okay,
so like Sportskeeda, Cage Side Seats, all of these other promotions who are news, but because of tribalism, and I'll say this, because of tribalism, they have content, whether it makes sense, and they feed that shit. Yeah. And you get these people who are like insanely tribalist for no other reason than they think, honestly, I don't even know what other than like, because like you said, they ain't getting paid. Triple H ain't showing up their house going, thank you for being a dickhead. Here's your check.
Yeah.
So, but the media and media companies, I know some people think it's a cop out, but the media, because of tribalism, they now have new content they can lean into. To like doing like basically like which wrestler, like wrestler talks about this. Kenny Omega talked about Roman Reigns, and you find out that Kenny was just big up Roman Reigns, going, "That was a great run." However, tribalists were just like pissed off, going, "He should hate Roman Reigns," and everybody like, "Why?" I mean, the truth of the matter is, tribalism makes no sense because wrestling is no matter how much money they're making, it's still a small community. It's a tiny ass drop in the bucket in regards to it's a niche industry. Like at any given point in time, how many wrestlers can we honestly say are still active in the business? What, probably at best, maybe a couple of thousand. I mean, yeah, there's like a ton of indie promotions, but by and large, I mean, I'm willing to bet that maybe 2,500 people are actually actively working in wrestling.
Here's the thing for professional wrestling: survivalism.
Yeah.
If your promotion can survive, it's good. It's a good thing. Competition can only help. Yeah,
exactly. But it's competition like it's a fake competition because let's face it. I mean, look, think about it. Seth Rollins, while he may not like Cody, they still respect each other. Like,
oh yeah.
So it's not so. It makes no sense. And Seth Rollins has said if his dream match is to go against Will Ospreay. I mean, that's competition, but they both respect each other. But you think the Shield are pissed off at each other because Moxley left? No, they still talk to each other on the phone. The only people
Seth and Roman probably texting Moxley right now, like, "Thank God you're still working and you got a title. We'd all be fucked if not."
Yeah, but the thing that's getting me is the fact that no one understands the fact that the tribalism is not within the industry. It's just fans who honestly don't know the business and think they do and want to be. Because there is nothing that pisses me off more than podcasters who literally are taking it personally.
Yeah, or think they know the business better than somebody or something like that. My response, I don't care if it's podcasters, IWC, whatever, who think they know this business so well. My first question is, have you ever taken a bump? If the answer is no, then you don't know shit.
I mean, I've taken a
bump. If you have, it's like, okay, have you ever had a match? If the answer is no, then you don't know shit.
I mean, first of all,
until you've been in it, you don't know it. And once you are, you probably wouldn't be down with all this tribalistic bullshit in the first place. Because you get to realize what these wrestlers go through. And at that point, it's hard to hate on them just because they don't represent the letters you like.
Yep. That is accurate right there.
Very accurate.
And it's just like, look, I'm taking bumps in Aikido, and I'm taking it everything. That sucks. I cannot imagine taking a bump like that on a hard ass mat in a fucking
hell no.
That shit just sound like it hurts. Like, at least I got a little bit of padding right there to protect me on.
Oh, it does. I mean, I myself, I trained in the ring. I know. I shout out to Ray Rosas. You know, he trained me. Had a match, yeah, but was it really like, oh my god, no. But that shit is painful. I'll tell you that. Just doing the grapple, you think it's easy to do this. No, it's not. There is techniques to it. How to grapple, how to grab, and make sure
it's like even grappling is like a dance, man. If you don't have the right hand on, you don't have the right moves, you ain't getting none.
My favorite story, there's two of them, is when Kurt Angle first decided he wanted to be a wrestler.
Yes, Jack Perry is the GOAT. We get it, Topo. We know. Yeah. I've seen it all weekend, man.
Technically, but the thing about Kurt was like, so Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck, right? So he gets in the ring, and don't get me wrong, we all know how great Kurt was immediately when he get in the ring. But when he took his first bump, it was like he took 3 or 4 of them. He gets out of the ring, goes to the corner of the trash can, pukes for about 4 minutes, and then goes back to work.
Damn.
But, this is an Olympic gold medalist going into it, and he didn't know what it was coming up.
If you think you know and you've never done it, you have no fucking idea.
I mean, the other great story I love is Ron Simmons talking about how he trained. First of all, it was like they would be in this room, this cabin. No, it's not even a cabin, like a barn with no air conditioning. He'd have to do I think he had to do push-ups or sit-ups with literally a cinder block on his stomach and push himself up off the ground. And I'm sitting here just going, I
He was
can't.
both. He was doing crunches with the cinder block here, and
Yes.
then he was doing push-ups with the cinder block on his back.
Yeah. Now my question is like,
That's
if
an
you
all-American
really-
college football player doing that just to get ready for wrestling.
and if you really think somebody who basically just been fans since the Attitude Era really knows wrestling, or shorter than that, I'm like, I'm not listening to your opinion. Yeah, you can be mad about what Becky Lynch won a championship. What are you gonna say? You know better than like Becky Lynch and the rest of them?
Oh my God, the best part of that, because we were on live for that, and Ivan is my witness. There were a lot of people in our live chat when we covered it said Becky shouldn't have won. And I kept saying, okay, then who?
Exactly.
And from there, in our live chat, with all due respect to the people, if you're here today, do not take this the wrong way. With all due respect, when I said who, crickets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well, I'm Raw watching on right for the Battle Royal Williams. Yep.
And these are people who oh, Becky shouldn't have won. Okay, then who?
Becky's there to basically elevate the next person who's going to freaking beat her, and that's it.
I think
it's not that hard to figure that out.
You know that.
Yeah, no, it's not that hard to figure that one out.
There were
Apparently
people that
it
I had
is to
never
other people.
seen. There were people that I'd never seen in our live chat say Becky shouldn't have won, and I was like, okay, then who do you think should have won?
That was the beef I had with Jericho. The fact that everybody get mad about him.
6 days later, still waiting.
That was my beef with Jericho. Like, I know everyone's upset because, like, why does he have an FTW championship? It's like, because his job is to literally raise the profile of anyone who's with him, and that's the way he's done it ever since then. It's like, right, he should retire. He should retire. Why? The man's doing the same thing he's done since he started AEW.
The only bump I ever took was a bump and cry. I don't see nothing wrong with a bump and cry. I don't see nothing wrong. See, I got that nasally shit going on too, so it works even better.
Yeah, we will do a karaoke here soon, folks.
We will. But I've said it before about certain topics, and I'll say it again. It's fine if you've been a fan, you watch since the Attitude Era or before that or whatever. But there's a difference between being book smart, between I watched this and I know that this person was champion in 1996 for 8 months, and street smart when it comes to wrestling. There's a difference between having like the archive knowledge in your head and the actual doing of it. Because once you've done it, you can't just sit there and hate on a professional wrestling company because those people are putting themselves what you went through. And that makes you a lot more accepting to sit back and watch, knowing that these people could get hurt like you did, or they're in pain like you were, or they felt that rush like you did when you hit the stage and the crowd actually fucking went nuts for you for the first time. It's very hard to hate once you've done it.
It's for sure.
It's easy when you've memorized all the dates and all the promotions and all the title reigns and all that bullshit. That's fine. But if you ain't done it, you don't fucking know. And you think you do. And that's the problem. The assumption, as Al Snow said, we all know what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you. Not me, because I know you.
And thank you, Edward. Yeah, because he's a former wrestler himself. You know,
yeah, you know, Ed. Am I telling lies here? I'll pull a CM Punk. Stop me when I'm telling lies, Ed.
Yeah, you know, saying, like what's under the ring? It is wood, metal. That's
wood. Here's some metal, 2x4s, and some canvas on top with some ropes.
Let's not go there on that one.
Tony's probably
if anything, that was NWA taking a shot at Tony Khan with that.
Unless Tony goes like, "What the fuck was I at? How come I wasn't there?
How come I wasn't invited to the party? I've worked with you guys in the past. What the fuck?"
I told you he probably supplied him. Billy was like, "Listen, Tony, all right, we need some stuff," and he's like, "What kind of stuff?"
I am not touching this conversation.
Come on,
security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Fuck up, Tony.
The clip kills me every time.
But I gotta say, Tony, you don't know your life's in danger. You ain't met me.
That's the thing. The thing about the thing that cracks me up is these are so-called fans, and that tribalism is so terrible that it's not just AEW, TNA. AEW, WWE, etc., etc.
It's a whole different kind of bump.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Oh, I'm sorry.
So the only thing is that truth be told, the problem is that even if you're a new fan who's just trying to learn, that tribalism kills new fans.
Yep.
Kills new fans.
Yeah.
So, and that's
So,
the thing that's the most thing that pissed me off. That kind of like
all these people, all these podcasters that say, well, when are they going to cater to the casual fan? When are they going to cater to the casual fan? I don't know. Maybe when the actual fan caters to them. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Because casual fan will come online somewhere and be like, hey, I just watched AEW and I thought it was pretty good. Oh, you watched that bullshit? Fuck you. You're stupid. Blah, blah, blah. They ain't watching no more.
Yeah. They ain't watching more. And I know Tony Khan, when he watched at NWA.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
But to answer the original question, is tribalism good or bad? It's fucking horrible, is what it is.
Doesn't need to exist.
I've been fighting for damn near 5 years. Every night when I sign off, I say it, and I say it for that reason and that reason alone. Because this bullshit needs to stop.
Yeah.
Wrestling is great, but as far as wrestling overall in society, it's a drop in the bucket. As far as wrestling as a sport, it's a drop in the bucket. If the NFL woke up tomorrow morning, if Major League Baseball woke up tomorrow morning with wrestling's money, they'd probably throw themselves on top of the Empire State Building.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. We need to stop acting like we're the biggest, baddest, or not we, because we don't do it, but fans out there that practice this bullshit need to stop acting like this is the biggest, baddest thing that ever happened, and it happened because of this promotion. It's all bullshit. And if you believe that, I'm sorry, so are you. Actually, I'm not sorry. You're bullshit.
Exactly. You're bullshit. You're bullshit. Tribalism to me should, of course, not exist. Should not be even part of. Like, you guys all hit valid points. There is, I mean, that's why, like, I don't debate with tribalism with people because it's like, okay, ask your company, like how Dom always says, it's my cup of tea, and someone else. I really don't pay attention to it because, like, oh, you don't like it? Okay, that's fine. I like what I like. You like what you like. I am okay with that. Right. But would I influence the community to, hey, fucking hate this guy, come look at this? I'm not gonna do that. It's one thing here that we'll be doing this fucking show here on this channel. We don't fucking be like, oh, we're picking, this is our favorites. No. We talk about what's important, what we discuss about, what's a topic that should be really brought up upon. And not only just these two main promotions, other promotions, New Japan, TNA, MLW, AAA, CML, like even in the independent circuit, whatever catches our eye that the audience would like to talk about, then we will talk about it, you know, or something that we want to talk about, we'll bring it up.
Like this, yes, let's fucking go. Jake Lee versus Naito all together? Yes!
That's going to be a banger match, to be honest. I can't wait. I can't wait for us to cover that all together because we will cover that for sure. But, I mean, it's just like things. I mean, come on. It's just, man, people in the community, stop with that shit. It's childish. There's no need to be like, I'm team AEW, team WWE, team TNA, team New Japan, team MLW. No.
If you don't like it, that's fine. You ain't gotta like it. Just shut the fuck up about it.
It's basically
let somebody else like it. How about that?
It's basically, if you like one thing, cool. Don't try to force it on somebody else if they don't like it.
Obviously, Pepsi Phil likes Pepsi. I'm a Coke guy. I'm not gonna shove a Coca-Cola down this motherfucker's throat, and he's not gonna turn around and jam a can of Pepsi up my ass.
Like I got a bunch of freaking podcast friends.
Like, yeah, you too.
I got a bunch of podcast friends that don't like AEW, but you know what? I'm not going to tell them they're fucking stupid for not liking it because I like it.
Yeah, we like the product, we like the talent, we like the product. You know, we're always going to critique. There's nothing's perfect in this world, folks.
I think so. Here's the one thing else I love about capitalism, and by love I mean the hate, but it reminds me of how stupid it is. It's Cody. Perfect example. Cody,
don't you go there. Don't you go there. I was just being nice to you. We're going to have to fight.
No, think about it. When Cody was with AEW, it was like, okay, he's an AEW guy. Yeah, they had their issues with him, but it was like Cody's AEW. And WWE guys couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
He goes to WWE, all of a sudden WWE
Everybody
guys
loves him.
and AEW folks go like he's a traitor. And yet he's still friends with everybody
so
at AEW.
Not
He's
so
still-
much. Like, you know, you've seen the Bucks and Max and all these guys like
I don't know.
gush
There was a lot of that. I saw a lot of that when
No,
Cody
it was
left
not
the first
not
time.
the wrestlers, not the wrestlers, but like actual fans were like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
well,
Cody-
that's, I mean, fans, fuck them. They
When
were
Cody
sitting there
came back to
they're
WWE, I
sitting
saw a
there
lot of
booing Cody,
people
booing
going.
Cody, booing Cody. He shows up at WrestleMania. All of a sudden, it's yay! I was yay all day, y'all. That's why I'm the American Nightmare of podcasting. When people were started with this bullshit, anybody but Cody, Cody's this, that. I was like, okay, dude.
See, I was not
Cody's
on
amazing.
that boat. I was not yay the whole time. Like originally, Cody when he was in AEW, I liked the guy, but after a while, the booking got ridiculous, and I couldn't
It did.
stand it. And then when he got free, and then when he left again, when he came back to WWE and he showed up at Mania, I go, okay, this is cool and all, but I need the thing that's going to get me to be back on that side to give me Cody, that I want to be a fan of Cody again. And damn it, did he do it? I went right back to being a fan of Cody again. Like that's it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dom on this one. I was a fan of Cody when the day he announced he was leaving and he did that post with the list of places he was going to go.
Yep.
And I saw that and I went, that's a bold fucking move right there. Because you are literally telling the guys who just fired you, oh, thanks for firing me. I got this shit on my plate now.
You know what that was? That was a Rhodes fucking move right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
Well, we got to give credit to Kevin Owens. He introduced him to, of course, to the
absolutely.
Elite. And,
it's not the much like, no, obviously we're not taking credit for people who helped him along the way. It was the fact that he said, instead of being one of those guys, and remember at the time, WWE was the only game in town, legitimately. It was the only game in town, and he said, oh, I'm not done. I'm about to wreck shop everywhere, and these are the places you need to come see me.
Yeah,
which
I'm about to show you what they were missing, and you can see it here, there, and everywhere.
And he was like, and honestly, it wasn't so much I didn't believe him, but I was like, I don't even know how that's going to work. And then he came out, he became the American Nightmare. He did ROH, New Japan, and I was, and not to mention Peter was at the Rev Pro and all those groups.
Yeah.
And I slowly followed him, and I went, I'm a fan. And then he did All In, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
he did it. Like he kept his promise.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him because Cody Rhodes at least had that experience to reinvent himself and find the person that he is now today.
Yeah,
but besides him, it goes to every talent around the world.
It's like Drew. Same thing with Drew McIntyre.
I was just about to say, you want to look at tribalism? Tell me Cody was completely off WWE and just wanted to ruin them by reinventing himself and making himself a big deal and starting another promotion.
And he never did.
He still wanted to go back, and he still wanted to be holding that belt like he is today. Tell me Drew, after having a horrible experience at WWE and going through the same thing where he went off to TNA and other places, reinvented himself, grew, did all this, just said, fuck WWE, I'm never going back. If the wrestlers that you're watching in WWE are not willing to do it themselves, why are you?
Yeah. Exactly. So, just enjoy professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it. If it's not, like Dom said, a cup of tea, let someone else drink it.
Somebody else
if
drink
you don't
it.
like
Shit.
If you don't
I got
like
a whole
the product,
jug. This is all pro wrestling right here.
You look at another product.
Delicious.
All right. If you don't like it, look at another one. Who cares? It's like a TV. It's a fucking TV show like you watch when you go on. Back in the days, from the back in the days to now, back in the days on national television, what you had on, boom, boom. What you had cable television at the time, what you had on, let's see what's on. What do you now have on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime?
Ivan and I are the same age, and I got to be honest, I don't think there was ever a time in our lifetime where there was just one professional wrestling promotion on TV. even growing up, like, yeah, there was WWE, but there was World Class, there was NWA, which turned into WCW. There were always the one in Minnesota. I think it was AWA.
Yeah.
And you know, it was like cool because it was, oh well, WWE is going to be on here, and then the next day we got World Class, and the day after that we got, you know, AWA, and then WWE comes back, and then, you know, NWA.
Yeah,
And you can watch it all week long, and it was fun.
I even me, like as a kid, I grew up watching Triple A, CML. You know, I watched. You know,
I had to mostly trade tapes for that shit, but I still did.
Yeah, I watched the WCCW. I watched AWA, NWA. Like I seen like all those products, but I enjoyed it. I never had anything wrong. I mean, you can enjoy. It's best to enjoy what they do best, like putting asses in seats, just like what the television does to you on TV shows or anything. Yeah. You see an episode of any episode of your favorites, and you see, oh, I want that guy, fuck that guy. What's gonna happen next week? Fuck this. I want to tune in and sit down and watch it. It's the same, like, but don't encourage, like how Justin said, like, you know, don't encourage others to fucking hate on it. Like, leave it alone. Just that you keep your opinions to yourself on that. Like, don't try to be like, oh yeah.
I mean, if you don't like something, you could talk about it. We talk about shit we don't like. Yeah. But we're not saying like we might sit here and say you're bullshit, Tony Khan. We're not sitting here and saying don't watch AEW. Yeah, we're saying you're bullshit. Fix your shit up because you got a good goddamn product. You got a great you got some great fucking.
These guys do some.
You're doing
shit
some
that
great fucking things, and you're pulling this bullshit in the background, gaslighting motherfuckers to practice this bullshit. Stop.
They do some stuff that we all just kind of, you know, we'll all just go, man, we'll criticize to hell and high water, but you know what? We ain't gonna go any farther than that. Like,
right, we criticize, but we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
I have said it from day one. I am an equal opportunity basher. Okay. The only real letters I represent these days are TRWT and COD. That's it. I don't give a shit about any other wrestling promotions. I'll watch them all, enjoy them all, I'll bash them all. The only ones I'm gonna be good about are the ones I'm affiliated to.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Edward. Like he said right now, I lived in New England, Pennsylvania, and during the summertime, North Carolina. I got the best of both worlds for a long time.
Southern, yeah.
Nice.
In DC, awesome. In DC, we got WCW. And then NWA, so that was what we had. See, WWF was late for me. Like I was a WCW.
living in Pennsylvania. Of course, I could watch like WWE, WCW, whatever, or I mean WWE, ECW, you know, in the '90s. But then my parents used to always come down to Virginia for summer vacations. If I came with them, then I started catching all the other shit, WCW and everything that was down here, and I was like, wow.
See,
and then all of a sudden they started going national, and I was like, wow, let's fucking go.
See, mine was how you would expect. It was WWF to start it off for me, and then it was just like everything skyrocketed from there to New Japan to friggin', you know, going back and watching WCW to watching old ECW to, you know, to even getting some of like the indie stuff. Like I'll even say I'm a big fan of GCW. A lot of other people shit all over that shit, but I love GCW as a freaking thing. I think it's awesome.
I have my fun with it, but it doesn't. I don't. To be honest,
I don't hate on GCW. Like it's cool what they're doing. Like Brett Lauderdale, I get it. Of course, I can't really like cover it because if not, the Sheik will kill me. I can't do that.
Well, yeah, no. You don't want to take a spike. You ain't trying to take no spike.
Yeah, PCW.
Here's the thing I also enjoy. So GCW, I respect GCW, but there are days that I realize that I can't watch it. Like sometimes it gets to be a little excessive for me.
Even for me, it gets to be a little bit. And I'm a bingo hall kid. Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is I do respect the people who enjoy it, because 9 times out of 10, the people who enjoy GCW are ECW fans who just miss ECW. And I can't, and I don't know how you could be mad at that.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's the same thing with Bloodsport.
Like how Temple say right here the same thing, and I agree with Temple what he said.
Y'all miss Stampede Wrestling, and Bloodsport gives you that.
Right.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
Right.
it does.
So,
No, Temple, you're right. I mean, people say that about New Japan, and you just brought
Uh-huh.
up a story. People still say it about AEW to this day, and they've been creating stories since like 2 months into Max's title run minimum. Minimum. And that was a while ago now.
Temple, I got yelled at for being a New Japan fan as well, because there are fans out there who truly do not believe Japanese wrestling, I forget the exact term, started literally less than 5 years ago.
Right.
Ridiculous.
And I bet a lot of those same fans were shitting in their pants when Tama Tonga showed up on Friday night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But literally,
and if that's the case, then just shut the fuck up and watch.
Some folks just don't know the history of wrestling in Japan, or even the wrestling in Mexico.
I literally had somebody tell me while I was live doing Top Rope with Bruce and Wendy that Kevin Owens is an amazing example of WWE homegrown talent. I'm like, my friend, do me a favor and Google Kevin Steen real quick. I'll wait.
Or on that one, here's the thing.
That's tribalism for you folks.
It is, but
you know.
This ain't Edge song, all right? You think you know me?
You thought you knew shit. You don't know shit, and it's clear to me. It's just a big windbag.
So, here's the thing. That reminds me of something that Wendy reminds us of. Bruiser Brody once said, because if we're not careful, somebody's going to make wrestling only WWE. And that person literally fosters one. I'm not going to say only, probably one of the main purveyors of people who fostered that tribalism thing. So that where they made you think that wrestling was one single thing, which is why we get conversations.
That's for you, Besseville. That's for you right there.
Oh, nice. Oh man, I gotta tell you right now.
Now you're bringing me back to my childhood, Temple.
Stan Hansen in Japan was a menace. Stan Hansen in
Japan was Godzilla. Again, stop me when I'm telling lies.
You know, Stan Hansen in Japan, when he was wrestling, was a goddamn menace in Japan. He was a problem for everybody.
Yes.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching it.
If you think you know Bam Bam or Big Van Vader, go watch Japan shit. You don't know nothing.
When they were a tag team, I was like, why would you do to any human being? And
you thought the Brothers of Destruction were unstoppable? How about those two motherfuckers?
Yeah. But yeah, Stan Hansen literally was.
Shouts to Hayabusa, man. That dude. Oh,
speaking of menaces,
he was a beautiful menace, though.
Steve Williams, I enjoyed because there were points where I was like, all he needed was a club, and he would be like the classic barbarian dude just running through everybody. And
he would be Captain Caveman. You remember the old cartoons? Captain Caveman. That'd be Dr. Death, man. He'd see a loincloth in a fucking club.
So here's the thing that gets me. Back in them days, you had to trade tapes to find them dudes. You couldn't find them on TV. It was like you had to go to shows 100%.
I'm sorry. De Niro just killed me. Shouts to brother De Niro. I love you. I'm so glad you came. I'm all for tribalism. Wrestling Society is the Society X is the best. Fuck the rest.
Hey, shouts to Wrestling Society X. That
was a great show, though.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
That shit created Lucha Underground, which basically created AEW. So it's hard to be mad at any of it.
But you touched on the point. Back in the day, the only way you could watch shows like Stan Hansen and those shows in Japan was by trading tapes with folks. And you would think with the access we have now with YouTube and all these other streaming services, and the fact that everyone has more access to wrestling, they'd be a little less bitchy and dickhead about it.
If you weren't sponsored by someone, bro.
Wow.
Lennox! What's going on, Lennox?
What's going on, homeboy? So good to see you again. As I said earlier, I'm sick, but I ain't dead, so I'm here. How you doing, bro?
See what Edward got to say. Edward said, I have taken a new wrestling fan under my wings, so to speak. He has so many questions. I started him with off with Macho Man, Steamboat. Slowly introduced him to generations.
Nice.
Awesome shit, Edward. I love that. Hell yeah. Great call on that.
Hell yeah.
Great start. Fuck.
Absolutely, man. I would highly recommend Sting and Cactus Jack, but that's just a
there's really so many matches that you can really introduce to people.
I mean, the Flair Steamboat rivalry was also an underrated classic.
It does, yeah. Oh my god, dude!
But if you go through the matches and the promos in the early days of Cactus Jack and Sting, that's like wrestling psychology 101.
I can even go old school. I can even go AWA, go with Nick Bockwinkel, the beginning his feud with Vern Gagne, or his son Greg Gagne. Go back to those times to watch those matches. Those are something that is like, oh shit, oh my god. Even comparing a match of which I forgot to say yesterday about I know when it covered Dynasty because you guys covered that on Sunday. So, but I'm saying that match reminded me it's like the meeting of Luthez and Greg Gagne meeting together of that type of matchup. Because if you go and look at Luthez's old school matches and look at Vern Gagne's matchup, it's just those two combined is what is professionalism is all about. Of what Brian and Will Ospreay did in that match. They told the story in the ring. And it's like fucking watching Dragon Ball Z when you fucking see that shit. It's like fucking Cell and Goku going at it. Like, oh shit! Like shit like that. It just or like when for the first time, remember when it was Goku versus Vegeta for the first time. Shit like that. It brings for me like those type of oh my god, hell yeah. I love that. And I give a lot of credit to Brian and Will for really repackaging and introducing to the current audience fans what is professional wrestling is all about, because that is a mixture of Luthez and Greg and Vern Gagne there. And if people don't understand what I'm talking about, Google those two men, YouTube them, look at those matches, because Brian is more your Luthez.
You'll thank him later.
And Will Ospreay is like your Vern Gagne. Because Vern introduced a lot of things in those type of high class not flying moves, but more like athletic moves to do. Oh, I can do this split and do this, and then get into the armbar, like shit like that. Luthez is more about ground type technician. Vern was really more athletic technician, more up into close a high top rope type of style. But if you guys really look at that, and people that are watching and listening, you understand what I'm talking about, because that's something that is combined and it's like shit. Oh my god, and I'm so happy that those two gentlemen at least were able to at least repackage and reintroduce professional wrestling to fans. Just like as much people may hate what I'm saying now too, it's the same how Cody and Roman Reigns did at WrestleMania 40, because it told a story. It really gave a story within the ring as well, because oh shit, this is what's going on. Oh my god, it's storytelling in and out of the ring is where hits us here in the heart of professional wrestling fans. It's not about oh yeah, he fucked up. This is boring. Nah. We pay here.
He fucked up. Let me cut this clip and send it to Black. Yeah.
So right here for us,
you just feel like an ECW fan, chant "You fucked up" for 10 seconds and then move the fuck on with your night.
For us,
the table.
Yeah, we pay attention to this. Us here, we pay attention and we analyze everything of that, not just these two major products, but every other product that keeps an eye on it. So I was like, man, yeah. Oh yeah, Ultimate Dragon 2, Brian. That's another one who's another fantastic.
And the thing about it is that you got there, Brian. That's all that matters.
Oh yes. Oh,
I mean, you found New Japan and you're happy about it. That's all that really matters. It doesn't matter when or how, just that you did. And we don't cover just New Japan or AEW or WWE. You know what we cover?
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
There you go. And let's see what Temple said. Those people, why Mox goes to the Three Musketeers and falls at the final hurdle. That's fine. But you know what, Temple, I guarantee he's going to help develop those three talents. I'll tell you that. So,
hell yeah.
Look forward to that.
And he's going to get more eyes on New Japan walking around on Dynamite with that championship.
Oh shit! So your mom did see Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher and the old Chicago Adventure.
Wow, I'm jealous of that.
KPG, I love you, man, but I know we're old as shit. But don't be hating.
Shit,
all right?
KPG.
yes, retirement home. We'll get there not anytime soon, buddy. I'll tell you that.
I ain't retired yet, motherfucker.
I ain't retired yet.
Even when he gets there, he'll probably be
I will say it
driving
again.
the freaking
I will
doctors.
say it again in the immortal words of the beautiful Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a fucking number. Okay.
Okay, don't worry, Phil. We're almost done here, all right? So let's see. And then De Niro was like, I grew up with WWF and ECW. My dad used to force WCW on me. That's why I'm putting him in a home
as soon as he gets away.
Kango.
Kayla.
Kayla.
One half of Kango.
What?
Kayla, I see you as an independent entity. I don't know why they don't. Hello.
You're a podcast duo. Kango, Kayla.
It's
Dango,
me.
Kango.
Is it me you're looking for?
Shout out to Lionel Richie.
That's right. Shout out. All right, so we close it out here. So because I know PepsiCo is hungry and he's gonna get out of here.
Yeah,
by far. Let's see. Me too. I didn't eat dinner. So by far, this is 4 matches already announced for Backlash. We have here is the triple threat match for the women's championship. Bayley defending against Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. We have the women's tag team champions now being defended. Republican Warriors versus
Sisters of Destruction.
The Sisters of Destruction. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. We have Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Randy teaming up one more time.
Randy
versus the Bloodline, the new Bloodline 2.0, Solo Sikoa and Tonga 2.0. Tonga, which I'm excited to see his debut in the ring for the first time. And the main event, we have Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, which I'm excited for the first time. They'll be fighting each other. We know that he fought his father in Dusty Rhodes back in TNA for the NW title. And we saw what happened. SmackDown.
Say it correctly. Whooped his daddy's ass for the NWA title.
Okay. There you go.
Dusty was old as dirt.
Dusty stepped in the ring. Ain't nobody above an ass whooping at that point.
No, but still, Dusty was in his prime. He might have taken AJ to school. I'm just saying.
Nobody is safe.
Ain't nobody
could have educated him, schooled him, if you will.
Schooled his ass.
School his ass. And I know the story between these two is going to be great because they shook hands on SmackDown. We saw what happened, at the aftermath.
Yeah,
they were just all pumped up. It was tense, but they shook hands. But we know where this is going to go with this. Once everything is done, AJ's going to end up bringing up his father, like always. Your father, you father this, father that. I'm not surprised he's going to bring that up. If he brings up TNA, which if Pop Age will allow it, I'll be like, so what? We work with them now, so we don't give a shit. So it's like, okay, there you go. We could see that. And I'm looking forward to that matchup for the first time. First time ever. These two men will fight each other. I'm excited for it. Ever! But so far, gentlemen, what are you guys' thoughts by far of this card? So, Redeemer, I'll take it to you, brother. What do you think, brother? So by far.
I mean, again, there may be some predictable stuff on this card, but again, there's a lot, it's really interesting to see. Like Cody and AJ, first time ever. You can be like, oh man, it's so predictable. What the hell? Why should we get excited for that bullshit? No.
Do I look like a Stan?
No, man. Listen, that match. That match is gonna be incredible. I can't wait to see.
Is my name the Notorious Meltzer? Hell no.
Hell no. That match is gonna be incredible when those two go at it. I can't wait to see that. Priest and Jay, I think that's awesome.
Well, I forgot to add that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's cool to see Jey Uso still, getting something out of this singles run. Clearly, Priest will not lose that title. But again, it's good to see Jay, staking his claim to say, listen, I'm not just a tag team guy anymore. It's time for me to show you why the main event is in there for a reason.
Even Cody gave him that rub on the way out. That was nice.
Bailey's and Naomi and Tiffany, like, again, this is a good showcase for Tiffany. Naomi, again, it's good to have her back. Bailey, we're all still happy that she's the women's champion. You got something interesting coming out of there. Bianca and Jade challenging for the women's tag titles. Again, we talked about it earlier. The women's tag division still kind of suffering a little bit, but it would be good to see some, again, new teams coming out of that. And then the tag match with Randy, KO, and the Bloodline. You know, we get Tama's first matchup. We got this Bloodline stuff that's absolutely crazy. We're probably feeling like we're going to get somebody showing up, which I can't wait to see if that's going to happen. The show looks awesome. Again, you can be disappointed that there's predictable stuff on here, but again, it's going to be a good show.
Absolutely. I think it is going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And we will be doing a watch along here for that, folks. So stay tuned for that, because I will be here early as fuck in the morning to watch that fucking show. So I will be up for that. So we're on the team here. We'll be here to do it for you guys. Which is, what time is it in France for that shit? Because I always forget.
It's only a 5-hour difference, so it might not be that early.
It's like 1 o'clock for Eastern time. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for you, it'll be like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I have to fucking get up at 9 in the morning to get ready. Jesus.
I'm gonna have a crazy ass kid, so that ain't happening. But y'all have fun.
Oh no, we will. I mean, you'll come on later for sure. I'm pretty sure you will be. You'll be. Oh yeah, get your.
Go on, get your podcast. Go on, get your podcast. Go on, get your podcast.
That's right. Make sure you follow my brother right here, just from Get Your Podcast. Listen to all his audio platforms that he has available for you guys. Subscribe to that man, because this man brings you good shit. That he's like, last night, Devon Lazy was making it hard for him to read the cards. I guess he was. Tom,
cheers,
the future. Cheers.
Oh,
man.
good to see you, bro.
That's right.
What is up, Tom?
Tom, if you want to join us for Backlash Watch Along, you're more than welcome, brother, because I would love to have you on here. That is for sure. Pepsi Phil, give us your thoughts of so far this card for Backlash.
It's Backlash. Like the pay-per-view after WrestleMania doesn't really do much for me. I will say this is probably the most compelling card they've had. I don't foresee any real surprises in this one. I think for the most part, the only real title change will be the Sisters of Destruction taking the tag titles. Because I truly believe that's the point of it. Because part of the goal of teaming Jade with Bianca is to get her some real in-ring experience as fast as possible, and giving them a belt. And honestly, giving her a belt is a fast way to capitalize on her popularity. I think the only match I'm probably going to have the most fun watching is probably going to be Jay and Damian. Those, for some reason, Jay's about due for another big match, and Damian's been looking for a reason to bust out. And truth be told, I'm a little bit on offense, because I think his breakout, unfortunately, whatever it is, needs to be like huge. Because honestly, the biggest thing he's done is like fight Bad Bunny. So
I gotta watch the replay. Sorry to interrupt you, but Edward, I gotta watch the replay for
same.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see what they do. I mean, honestly, the Tiffany Stratton, Bianca, and Bailey thing, I'm willing to bet Nia Jax comes in at some point to fuck up that match.
Oh, why you hate me? Why you hate me, man? I was just looking at these three, and I'm thinking Tiffy time and Naomi and Bailey. Then saying respectfully before I say anything else. And then you remember Nia and that shit.
Remember, Nia beat the crap out of Bailey literally this past Friday, I believe.
Why do people always want to throw the mid women in with the good ones? I don't get it.
We talked about that. They're only mid till they become a champion.
Temple, I know that
the ones I call
you're
mid
young.
have both been champions, and they're still mid. So your theory is full fucking hold.
I am not old. I'm 30. I'm just got into wrestling at a very young age.
So yeah, so no,
I
so
feel
yeah,
you, dude.
so
I did too.
so
I'm just old.
I mean, let's face it. Everyone knows as much as I love Randy and KO. It's a spotlight for Tamatonga.
And by the way,
God bless him. KO's taking a pin.
There you go.
No,
that's for you, Phil. That is for you.
Yeah, that match right there, that's the one I would recommend everybody watch. If you want to see just literally the definition of an ugly slobber knocker.
And a definition of big meaty men slapping meat is Bam Bam and Vader versus Stan Hansen and Terry Gordy.
Oh my God.
And then Misawa versus Dr. Death. Holy shit.
Hey, that match was fucking banger. Oh my God.
So we'll see. We'll see how
there you
it
go,
goes.
Brian. I got something for Sunday Night Cinema.
So yeah, so I mean, these matches will be this will be a pretty decent setup, I think. I think this has the potential to exceed all of my expectations. I enjoy the fact that this will be on at 1:00, and we will not be up until 1 a.m. watching this and doing for the watch along, assuming I'm still up for it.
Right.
Because it's a Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Well, it's Mr. OnlyFans though. He stay up.
It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. Saturday.
Oh, you been awake? My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this backlash will be on Saturday. Thank God they're doing it on Saturday, so they already know. So hell yeah, that's something for sure. Notorious, break it down. What are your thoughts of backlash so far?
I mean, this is looking like a pretty damn good card already. You know, I loved the promo with Jay and Damian on Monday, where Damian would say like, oh, I brought you out, we had drinks, I paid the bill, and I would say we got next. Well, I'm next. Like that was pretty cool. Definitely got me interested in the actual match. I do love that Randy and KO are teaming back up because basically they can't get the best of the bloodline. So now they're going after the bloodline 2.0.
2.0.
It's just a forever blood feud with those guys and the bloodline. Like they will never forgive. Like, fuck you. I don't care who's in it. We're going to come kick your ass.
See,
the three-way is going to be amazing. I mean, I'm hoping it's Tiffy time, but probably not. But I can hope. And then the Sisters of Destruction. I mean, I called that. What can I say? What can I say? Bianca and Jade need to win those goddamn titles in France. That's what I can say. And Cody and AJ. I mean, honestly, I picked LA Knight, and I'm not even mad to be wrong. I think they're going to have an absolute amazing match. They've never had a one-on-one match, as Temple said. They were involved in a 6-man, but they've never been one-on-one. So we're going to get that in the main event in France at Backlash. That's pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Like the whole night is just looking amazing. And what did Temple say?
Simple. France have the same time span as the UK people. So now that it's half 3 in the morning in France, in the UK. So early PLE, brothers, fire. Okay.
There we go. So you'll be seeing it at 1 basically, or whatever.
Notorious, make sure I give you the right zip code, 18505.
Let me check. I got it written down. Oh no, I got it. I got a screenshot of it is what I got, but I'll write it down if I have to.
There you go.
I'm looking right now, bro. It's fine. My comment was over anyway.
Dylan, what's going on? World Elite. World Elite. That's right. Shout out to World Elite. Make sure you subscribe to them, man. They bring good shit. Marcus and Dylan. We will have a Stiffy or Tiffy at Backlash. Respectfully. Yes,
what did it say? 185.
Tiffy time.
I got it, dude. I got it.
Yeah. I'm excited for this
it's
card.
Right there. I got it.
I'm excited for this card. I'm excited to see Tamatonga's debut in France. I'm happy for him that he made the right decision coming here. And I'm glad that, because honestly, like I said, I'm not here bashing AEW. It's not about that. It's just I feel like that they would not use them the way I would be expected for him to be used. I don't, in my opinion. Everybody has their own, but I'm just saying, for me, I don't feel that he would have been, okay, he showed up, and what? What else are you going to do? Make him part of the elite, and then after that, what are you going to do? Not really nothing. No.
Right. You know what him showing up in AEW would have felt like to me, because this is how I feel. Like, you're not wrong. And I could be, but I'm with you, because it feels like it would have been Jay White Part 2.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. I don't want that from him. It sucks because it's like the same how you mentioned Jay White. Like, do we wanted that from Jay White?
Honestly, it's not even like Jay White is doing that bad in AEW. I'm not even being that critical, but it's either you can go and join like the Bang Bang Gang, or you can go and join the Bloodline.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true.
Even if I was given that choice, and I'm not a Bloodline fan, I'm taking the Bloodline.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's involved in one of the probably biggest stories right now, still going. So.
Oh yeah.
It's like somebody saying to you, like, "Oh, well, you can take your pick. We've got this. You can have for free this brand new Chevy Malibu or this brand new Lamborghini." I'm taking the fucking Lamborghini, y'all. There's nothing wrong with the Malibu. I own one, but I'm taking the fucking Lamborghini.
Remember, he's part of something also that he's not even actually a part of. He's not actually a part of the Bloodline. Remember that. So it's just like, but he's in this because Wayne considers him family, and that's the best thing about it.
Now it's not the Bloodline; it's the Bruv line.
The Bruv line.
The Bruv line. There you go.
I love it.
Oh, him, he cool. He's a Bruv.
There you go. There you go, Temple. That's for you.
The Bruv line. Acknowledge them.
It's Stiffy time. What did you think, Ludwig Kaiser, for that? Because he's the one respectfully handling that Stiffy time for her.
Man,
I wouldn't want to fuck with Ludwig Kaiser. That man associates with the Ring General. I would not.
I mean that with all due respect.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't want to fuck with the Ring General either.
He's showing Tiffy who the real Ring General is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I know Temple mentioned it earlier in the chat. Like, could we see Jacob Fatu debuting here?
I just think he's showing up for the tag match.
That's huge. I think he shows up for the tag match instead of the world title.
Yeah.
Because they got plenty of people that could fucking jump in on that world title match.
I mean, they already basically solidified that right now Jay's going to have nothing to do with this, which is crazy because they put Jay on Raw. The Bloodline went to SmackDown.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'll see it. I could see maybe somebody from the Judgment Day jumping in, but not the Bloodline. Tiffy is something I don't know where we're going. You know what? Kathy was in the same boat, and I sat down with her. I was like, watch the Elimination Chamber, and she saw Tiffy in the Elimination Chamber, and she went, "Okay, I get it. I'm a fan."
I was iffy on her in her first.
You were iffy on Tiffy?
Listen, in the beginning, yes, in the beginning. Listen, like when I first seen her in NXT, I was like, all right. She's still got a little ways to go, but my God, after they like paired her with Grayson Waller, that flipped it completely for me. Like she just became a whole new freaking character right off the bat, right there. And I was like, damn, you know what? I'm with that.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, Jaden Bianca. Whew. The Sisters of Destruction, baby. That's gonna be beautiful.
Respectfully,
indubitably.
I was, because I was gonna say that's not got mania.
We had to.
Not got mania running wild right there. That's what it is. See, look, oh my God, you just gave me an idea for a T-shirt.
The Bruv
line.
Yes. There you go, Temple. Hell yeah.
There you go. You're welcome.
Get it. Get it, Temple.
That's right. I'm excited, though. I'm really excited for this card. I'm looking forward to seeing Tama Tonga's debut. I'm looking forward to seeing Jey Uso getting the momentum that, again, once again, getting a title shot for a main card, for a main title. And also, I'm excited for Damian Priest that he's going to do something very well. That I'm very, very excited. Kofi Winston! Oh, Kofi! Oh, we live, baby. Yes. Dirty Hills. Dirty Hills. That's right.
What's good, homie?
Podcast, man. Happy Saturday. Hopefully doing
Happy
a great
Saturday,
time.
fam.
We got to have you here soon, Kofi. Miss your ass. We got to have you here soon. But I'm excited, though, for Damian and Jay, to have their momentum. They're going to have a great matchup. I think that's going to be a banger matchup because as much as people don't credit Jey Uso a lot on his in-ring ability, but it's going to remind me a lot of this type of Ring of Honor type of style ring, like the matchup. Because we know Punishment Martinez, baby. That's right, from Ring of Honor. That's where it reminds me of right there. So I love that. I can't wait. Oh man, let's see. This is Edward saying, if Jade didn't have any better abs than me, I'd love her respectfully. That's just me.
That's just me though. The man got me slave.
Hey man, I don't even worry. I still gotta go.
Don't make me come up there and emancipate you, homie.
I still gotta go to work after this. I still gotta go to work at my other second job. They're calling me to do the accounting for bars.
Oh no!
But
why the fuck are we still here?
Nah, because I don't have the. I'm only whenever they need me. That's it. Yeet. That's right.
Yeet. No, I know you don't like it, Cope, but I love you.
But you know what? The Bayley and Tiffany and Naomi, I'm glad at least Naomi's back at a pay-per-view event. I'm happy for her. Tiffany, she's got potential. I know they shitted on her, like on the community. I saw, Elegance, of course, Dana Brooks shitting on her. You stole your move stealer. So what? So it doesn't matter. People steal moves. Who cares? But she's entertaining. Yes, she is.
Stole the whole fucking gimmick.
But hey,
elbows out. Fucking.
I was waiting for you to go. Bitch, you stole the whole damn thing.
Stole the whole fucking gimmick. She's talking about a goddamn move.
Gimmick infringement.
I was like,
that is literally the cauldron calling the pot black.
I was almost worried you wouldn't say anything.
No, I'm gonna say something because this bullshit.
Temple,
I ain't dead.
Temple, if you call it right, you got to come on the show to talk about that because that could be the case of Survivor Series. That could be.
Shit, Kofi needs me. I gotta go. Just call me Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I hate the fact the Usos are more black than the black wrestlers. Damn true. Not necessarily, Kofi, because now you got whoop that trick.
Yeah, that is not a conversation I want to get into right now.
No, that's another show for another time, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm still happy for that man, though.
Yeah, that's something you got to talk to De Niro about. That he talked about it earlier on the Delorean.
Yeah, go watch Wrestling Delorean. He talked about that ad nauseum. I know I did.
Yes. I know. I stayed away from that. I'm like, nope, I ain't not touching that subject. So go ahead, because I'm not gonna do that. But
that just goes back to tribalism, and we already talked about that shit. Like Coach just sat here and said, "Yeet."
Yeah.
I didn't just start talking shit on him, did I? No. Everybody's got their own fucking opinion. Respect that shit.
Look. Kofi's calling you out, Phil. He's like, I'm gonna say something. Phil gets me. Come on, man. Come on now. There you go. Look. Pepsi Phil's like, yeah, I'm out of this conversation. So you keep me the
He's like, all right, fellas, see you later. Click.
I don't want to, He's like,
shit's about to hit the fan.
Next week at the debate center.
No.
I ain't touching that subject, bro. But I am happy though. But no, man, I get you.
Honestly, the good thing about Backlash is that the momentum from WrestleMania is still going.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing about Backlash that always was a problem.
But one thing is, it's different though, right? I mean, go ahead. I apologize.
No, it's not the fact that, but remember old Backlashes, it'd be like WrestleMania would happen. And supposedly Backlash is supposed to be like the Backlash from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time we just call it rematch because that's all the shit was.
Exactly. This is the first one that actually feels like a genuine fallout from the events of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm sorry, Cove. Yeet.
No, like exactly how Dom said it, because I was gonna say the same thing what Dom said. See, psycho DB.
DB Psychos, right here.
DB
right
Psycho.
here,
That's right. So it's like, oh yeah, exactly. Like exactly what Dom said. Like, yeah, it's different. It's a new chapter. Everything's like so fucking way different now. Like, it's awesome to see that we actually people are like, if not invested in this card, I am, because I'm excited to see these matches and I'm looking forward to see more. Like,
you know what it is, though, right? You know what it really is about Backlash? You know what? You know why it's so different?
Welcome to a new time. Welcome to a new era.
That's why.
That's why.
Yep.
Yes, sir. That's why I love it. Yeet.
You
see.
And honestly, I'm going to say it again because I say it with every, like, when was the last time WWE or any promotion went to France since pandemic? This is another one of those crowds that are just like thirsting for fucking wrestling because they haven't had it in years. So they're going to be able to pack the house, scream their heads off, and have fun and take advantage of something that people like here can get 2-3 times a month from different promotions in their own states. And that is cool as hell.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what France is like as a crowd.
Oh, me too. I can't wait.
I hear you, though. I hear you, Cole.
Truth be told, I think it's going to be great because, truth be told, I have this vision of like everyone from the UK just going to France and going, yeah, we'll take these tickets from y'all. Y'all ain't going to appreciate it like we will. It sounds
See now, Kofi saying here, if WWE has upgraded period, doesn't matter what. No matter the stories are sticking, and remember, like,
that is legitimately true. The stories feel more relevant and more permanent. Like they don't feel rushed through as well.
They don't.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, and this is just a small one. I honestly thought the R-Truth Judgment Day storyline would have ended at WrestleMania, and they are still going with that one.
Nope, still going.
Yep.
Nothing stops a legend.
All I know is that I think coming up, we'll see on Raw, which don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tune in here this Monday as he's making his return. Raw dogging De Niro. With De Niro, he'll be back.
Yeah, De Niro will actually be here.
He'll actually be here this time.
No more dogging with Dom, folks.
That's right. But he'll be here for that. Drew McIntyre broken news by the final boss. What are you talking about, Dangle? I don't get that. Let's see. R-Truth for the champ. Yes.
Fuck yeah. Add him to the list with Cody of guys who won the NWA and WWE titles. He deserves that shit.
He deserves that shit. Oh man, yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. Dangle.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. He's re-signed.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
That's not really surprised, is it?
Nah, he knows better. Where the fuck else is he gonna go?
Truth be told, on the run, the money. Well, honestly, he has at WWE right now is great. I wouldn't give that up.
It's all in that.
He's got a built-in story right now with Punk. Like, come on, they ain't gonna just tease that shit and then go, nah, fuck it.
As we established, it's the bruv line now. Okay,
right, the bruv line now.
No, I mean it doesn't sound that ridiculous though. I wouldn't really mind that at all.
I know. I mean, I'm happy that I'm glad that Drew McIntyre stayed. And where was he gonna go? You swear you're gonna go somewhere like Justin mentioned right now. Like, where's he gonna go? That storyline he has, it makes no sense for him to leave TNA. Yeah, but the storyline makes I said this a while back, and I'm saying it again. If he wins that World Heavyweight title by SummerSlam, let's say that he goes with the gimmick, I didn't sign my contract, I'm out. Then him busting that CM Punk type of style, what he did at Money in the Bank with John Cena, that's how you know that he'll get into our heads. Like, yeah, we're gonna see him in Punk for sure. Oh man, I love that idea. I'll go with it. Paul Heyman will be removing Rikishi for the. Wow, Kofi. Hey, I like that.
Yes. I ain't even mad at that. I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Imagine if Rikishi and Haku comes out, Kabuto father comes out and like, all right, we're gonna need you guys. The hell with Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman even brought you the greatest prediction champion podcast.
Mean, the real question is, what if Paul Heyman is with Bloodline 2.0 when Roman comes back, he's got Rikishi as his advocate.
That's fine. And have him as in Haku. Why not? Bring Haku for at least one time. Why the hell not?
Just don't make Big Key say I did it for The Rock again. That's all I ask.
I did it for the people.
did it for The Rock.
I was gonna have none of that shit.
No.
You're a Heyman. I'm a Heyman guy, but
Oh no, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
I'm with you too. But man, there you have it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
You already know that is time. Dom hit it. You know what that time
Oh God,
is.
yeah. I'm sorry. I gotta get back to that, and I need some fucking NyQuil. I apologize, folks, but I'm getting to it. Where the fuck did it go? Sorry, browser froze up.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
I love that shit.
I know you do. That's why you play it. But see,
shit, y'all.
There you go. How Tim had it last week. This was actually not a bad idea to do. I love.
No, this was dope.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to mess with it. You see, or even like that better, or even like this better, or even like that.
Now you can see everything.
Yeah, you can see everything.
There you go.
Or like that, or we can even see. Or we can do it.
Nah,
this way.
we don't need to be that. I don't need. Well, y'all are okay, but I don't need to be that big. Shrink me down. Thank you.
I don't need to be that big. He says.
There you go.
He would disagree.
I'd rather have Hako's.
I'm big where it counts. Okay. Should I say respectfully to myself?
Copy, can I be decepted? Oh,
can I be a Decepticon? Man, I'm cool with that.
Hey, why not? Hell no, we love that. Hell, why the hell
you can be
not?
Megatron. I'll be Starscream. Just
Megatron. I love it, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight here, and I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Yeah, and appreciate you guys for the debate center that we have here. But don't forget, Mac, we're back here on this channel Monday night, Raw Dogging with De Niro, as he will be giving us the coverage of what's going on with the draft, which either one of us or all of us maybe would join, De Niro for that one. We'll have to wait and see, depending on our availability and our time.
I didn't even know I was going to be here, folks, so stay tuned. I might be back.
But if you have not subscribed or you have not listened to the audio platforms, do it now. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button below. Hit it, the notification bell right there. You'll get everything here, what you got in action this past week. You had the draft. You had Delorean. You had the COD. You had the debate center today. You're going to have another Raw Dogging De Niro. You may coming soon. You may have another show coming up. That's right. Just Notorious is coming here as well. You may have an NXT 2.0. Maybe watch along for Spring Break Night 2. It might happen for Spring Break Night 2 because we got Night 2 Spring Break. It's not over yet, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that card. Because these two right here, we do have the Mike Tenay and Mar Morale here at Podcasting. That is just in time. The Redeemer himself. And, of course, the Mussolini and Kennedy.
He's the Philip
But how, man, Mr. 399. Tell them where they can find you, Bumpy. Tell them.
Tell them it's clobbering time. No, I'm
kidding.
That's right.
So I'm on Instagram. Look up PhilipJP24601. Our links in the bio. Everything you could possibly need. Writing, stories, fiction, non-fiction, as well as no OnlyFans. That you need a special VIP pass for that one. And of course some artwork if you're into that. And if you want to see me do some random foolishness, find me on Top Rope Wrestling Talk to just randomly post stuff for me for fun. And then also here.
Yeah. Right here at Circle of Debate.
Mm-hmm.
What link is that, bro?
It's a link. It's a link tree, bro.
It's onlyfans.pepsiphil.bruv.
Oh man. That's how I know I need a shot, man, because it's just so comedy, man. Oh my god, I can't. I love
Oh, I would take a shot, but I'll probably take a NyQuil as soon as we get the fuck up out of here. That's gonna be better than a shot.
Well, good night to you, you fucking dickhead.
Hey, we love you, Temple.
We love you, Temple. Redeemer, tell the people where they can find you, my brother. Tell them. Let them know.
Yes, sir. That is right. You can find me on X at JustinTime211. You can follow my co-host, my brother, at JeremyInTime721. In Time Wrestling Podcast. Find it, give it a listen. It will be coming back. Until then, when it does come back, you can find me here on the Debate Network. You can find me on COD. You can find me just gallivanting around wherever. Just keep your eyes peeled, because I will be around. And I will still be there, crushing it like the Redeemer does.
There you go. And see, Kofi actually
the
had
redemption tour is in full effect.
OnlyFans Bubbling Pepsi. Let's fucking go.
Just out of curiosity, and I'm sorry, Justin. Does anybody know what MFT is?
He did say my MFT, so my guess it's my motherfucking Tongan, but he's not going to say that on television because
that is exactly what it means. It means motherfucking Tongan.
Okay,
See, there you
I was
go.
thinking that, but I wasn't sure, and I'm old, so sometimes I ain't with it.
See, look, even Kofi's like he is gallivant.
Yeah, it's onlyfans.pepsibluepill.com.
And also a little bit of the bubbly with Pepsi. That's what it is.
A little bit of the bubbly.
We're old too, Kofi. Don't even worry. We're old.
Yeah, Kofi, I'm 45. How fucking old are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm an iron to save my age. Oh, hold on. I gotta play for fucking Justin. He said that shit. I gotta play.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
There it is.
No, but I don't feel it's like this. He's like,
no, hell no.
See, he's like so bad. He's like, I'm out. They're calling Singapore to the
Sure, they're releasing the McMahon. Oh, please, no.
Oh, dear God.
No. Hell no.
Sorry, I love
Oh, my God.
I love you guys. Let's go home.
Yeah,
all right, let's go. All right, Notorious, close it out here, man. Knock it out the park. What do we got to say where they can find us, and then close it out.
Shit, man. I'm just gonna say you can find us on your Instagrams, your TikToks, your Facebooks, your X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
Because fuck it, that's where it's at. So search it out, man. Circle of Debate, capital COD, because everybody on this channel, including the folks you don't see on screen, are money and lethal.
Cha-ching.
And that's about it. So we hope you enjoyed Collision. We hope you enjoy Raw Monday, whatever the fuck. Just as I always say, enjoy wrestling. If it's not your cup or jug of tea, let somebody else drink it.
And Temple's ending here saying Pepsi's fill equals it's bubbly time instead of bubbly time.
You gotta leave that man alone.
Don't worry. Holy Fans fucking shirt is coming soon, folks. Don't worry about that. That is for sure.
I'll work on that next.
Oh man, let's see. One word before we're gonna get y'all X gonna give it to y'all, not Dom.OnlyFans.
Don't nobody want to see that, Cove.
Nobody want to see that. Oh, man. But until then, folks, enjoy your weekend. And we'll come back here on Monday Night Raw Down with De Niro. You already know what we do here on this debate here, Debate Center, Circle Debate here, the Debate Network. We don't podcast. We don't do OnlyFans. We don't do music. We don't just do all of that art. We fucking make history. Right, everybody? History. And Justin, say game is up. Close it out, Justin. Say it. Say it. Game what?
Game over.
Bye.
Must bid you adieu. A goodbye. Mwah. and good night.
Oh my God, it's so great.
Bang! Yes!